And indeed, as you awaken the morning Caldana, you see that the fountain is now just cascading waterfalls of blood down it. But that's not where we're going to start. Where we're going to start, we need to go 8 hours into the past. The time is roughly 9:58 at night, now that any of you know that. What's everyone up to? Cerberus, by now, the evening has set in and your addled mind has recovered. You have awakened.
Well, then I will lustily, not in a sexual manner, just in incredible energy,
Mm-hmm.
get out of bed and dress myself. And I will go downstairs to where the festivities lie.
As you get out, back out into the main area of this inn, there is indeed music being played from the center stage. Lots of people celebrating, enjoying themselves. Is anyone else still awake? It's just before 10 o'clock at night. Caldana went up to bed about an hour ago.
I'm still awake.
I'm awake, but in my room. I was taking advantage of the bath.
That's right. And Melody, where are you?
I would be performing downstairs.
All right. So as you
Yes.
as you come out of your room, Cerberus, you see Melody on stage performing with Raj Seaborn, whom you remember from Mina's Reach.
All right. I would like to immediately note that my mood has soured.
Very well.
I am dissatisfied with this turn of events.
You also see Rialta over at a table. She's currently solo at her table.
That's better.
And Caldana and Brux don't seem to be around.
Is Raj Seaborn anywhere near the table where Rialta is?
They are both on stage, performing in the center. Rialta's table is probably about 20 feet away.
20 feet. Okay. The order has rules about how far you should be from a miscreant, but sometimes you do your best.
Yeah, sometimes
I will
you do best.
mark the 20 feet, counting the paces in my head, to
Mhm.
make sure that it is indeed 20 feet, because as
Yeah.
far as Cerberus is concerned, his foot is equivalent to exactly 1 foot.
Well, when they say a foot, that's what they're referring to.
Historically accurate.
Exactly
Peace.
right. Yeah, he is, and I mean, in his spirit, Cerberus is a short king, so he's a king in certain ways.
Mm.
So he makes his. I'll make my way to the table where Rialta is, and I will go, and I will think about getting a mug of ale, and I will say that's a terrible idea, because I imagine that I'm still a bit groggy.
So as you've come out of this this effectively acid trip,
Yeah.
You are groggy. You feel like you're not sleepy. You feel like you actually slept quite well. However, you definitely feel a little bit out of it still. Things are taking longer to process than normal.
All right. Very well. I will look at Rialta. I will wave my hands until one of the bar folk come over. I would say bar wench, but Cerberus has learned that he needs to be culturally sensitive, and that
True.
it's not those days anymore.
Yep.
For
So
God's sake, we're in the year what it is.
754.
As I said. All
I
right.
thought it was 74.
754 ATF.
Okay.
754.
The other game takes place 774 years before this one.
Oh,
And in the year 774, they say we'll have flying chariots. I don't know if I believe them, but that's what they say. And your shoes will tie you.
Mm.
So, I call one of the bar mortals over.
Yep, one of the two twin elven girls makes their way over. You're not certain if it's Michaela or Mira, but it's one of them. She goes over and smiles. Oh, it's good to see you up and about. I feared the worst when they carried you in.
Yes,
Oh,
it
it
is good.
I was carried.
Yes.
Well,
Miss
humiliating.
Caldana and Miss Melody and Miss Brooks carried you in.
Oh, it took all three of them?
Well, one of them was carrying most of your armor. I carried your gauntlets.
Cerberus nods in approval that it required 3 people to carry him. That makes him feel masculine. having had his fragile male ego assuaged, he says, "What, madam, do you have for hair of the dog?"
She, for a moment, you see her kind of blink as she tries to understand, and then she recognizes the.
Or as they call it in the South, the fur on the halfling's foot.
Snake, venom from the snake that bit you.
Yeah, that is correct. Yes.
Yes, if you're nursing a hangover, we do have. Mira makes a lovely coffee that can help.
Coffee. Wait, hold. Coffee. I think back to Melody.
Yeah.
A nervousness comes over me.
Oh, yeah, she asked for one of those in the morning.
She did. Could you do me a favor?
I can.
She likes. Could you not do that? Could you not give her that?
She looks.
Perhaps.
She looks a little concerned at that. Well, she's a paying customer.
Perhaps just add a lot of milk to it.
Right.
Does she prefer it to be mostly milk?
Well,
we have a lot of clients like that.
She likes it to be smooth going down.
Smooth and sweet.
So,
Yes.
so maybe just a shot of the pressed coffee and. The
that
rest
could
of
be
it milk?
good. That could be good.
I
Yes.
think that'd be an excellent choice.
An
for her.
elf espresso, if you would.
You see her blink at that and be like, and she gets out a piece of
my
paper and writes something
God.
down.
Wow.
Elf.
Speaking of an elf espresso, could I have one? If you're yes.
Yes. Do you also want yours to be mostly just milk?
No,
Not for him.
forget the milk and the espresso part. Actually, forget the elf part. The more black and acidic, the better, please.
Pure pressed coffee beans. Got it. Yeah.
That would
Okay.
be ideal, yes.
Yeah.
With water. Put water in it, just not the beans. I can't drink the... I made that mistake once, and I won't make it again.
She pauses at that for a moment, like, Okay. Anything for you, Miss Rialta?
Oh, perhaps something akin to a nightcap would be great.
Yes. Do you have a preference on spirit? Which would you prefer?
Is it nighttime? Oh,
Uh,
gods.
perhaps a scotch would be good.
Scotch. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Whiskey.
Oh my
She nods,
God.
Yeah, whiskey.
bows her head politely.
How long was I out?
They invented
probably a
Scotland in my sleep.
Probably a good 8 hours. You were
It's been about 5 hours.
5 hours. Sorry, it's about
Oh,
5 hours.
goodness. Did we catch and defeat the Silver Hand?
No. I think you mean to say severed hand, and no, we
No, the Silver Hand. Celebrimbor, the forger of the 3 rings?
You must have had quite the trip.
No, I saw this very recently. There was... Galadriel had her swords out, and she was doing sick backflips.
That was in your head, Sir Varys. I'm afraid that did not happen.
Oh,
But that is a good story. You should write that down.
I don't know. There were a lot of very sweaty, hairy people that were very upset about it. I think they were gnomes or halflings or something. Regardless, just a lot of, I don't know, a lot of just angry trilbies and fedoras flying in the sky, but that's neither here nor there. All
Fair enough.
sorts of colors of pills aside. If I could have, did we have a chance with the severed hand? Did we get any further in the investigation?
We paused once your condition had gotten to that point.
I
So-
knew it without my just fantastic leadership. We fell apart. I'm so sorry.
It was certainly quieter without you there. That is for
Quiet. The enemy of focus.
certain. For
Actually,
some, perhaps.
Don't know if we ever said that.
I would think that your order would say the opposite. Although you
They
strike
did
me
quite
as,
often.
although you strike me as someone that maybe did not do well with pure silence.
Well, I would get sort of a fidget that had to be my knight commander would clop me across the ears with his steel mitt every time. The ringing in my head caused mild concussions, and that quickly stopped the need to tap my feet. It did cause sort of a shakiness in my hand here, but he hit me again on the other side enough times that now it sort of balances out on both sides.
You know, Sir Varys, I know of people in my studies that have a similar need to tap their feet. There is
Yeah.
a simple
Are they beaten for it?
no, there is actually a very simple way to manage that, actually.
Oh, absolutely not. I was told they could cut my feet off, but I don't believe that would be necessary.
She just reaches in her pack and she just starts putting together this metal thing that spins.
Hmm.
Try
What is
this.
that? That seems fascinating. I quite like that.
Yes,
What is
it's
that?
meant for fidgeting, and it
Fidgeting, yes.
spins.
It's a
So
great
we
sin
call
to
it
fidget.
a fidget spinner.
Fidget spinner. Let me see. Let me just have this. Let me. Oh my. I think I might stare at this until my coffee comes. I quite
It's-
like this.
It's a couple minutes later.
Oh.
She returns to the table and she has
So shiny.
a full cup of black coffee and a large
excellent.
glass of water next to it.
Aha! Brilliant.
She
Clean
also
water. We are in Elven lands. Beautiful.
she also sets down in front of you, Rialta, a small glass with it's about half full, you would say, with a delightful amber liquid. And there's also 2 small chunks of ice in it. You're not certain quite how this was made, but
Oh no! Someone dropped your glass on a mountaintop.
I didn't realize you could get ice down here.
I make it actually. She
Oh,
kind of like waves her hand, and a little bit of snow appears in it for a moment.
Ah,
Elven
magic.
ingenuity, the greatest
Ooh.
kind of ingenuity. Although all ingenuity is equal.
Well, she motions sickle, and a small little ice spirit appears next to her shoulder.
That is fascinating. I've always found those elven companion spirits to be quite extraordinary.
She nods. The Nadwir are our greatest allies.
You can see. That would be
Eternal
such-
companions.
Indeed.
Nice thing to have with you throughout time.
Hmm. Well, I hope it's to your liking. Oh, your friend's here.
Hmm?
And as you look over towards where she's looking, you see Caldana come downstairs.
Mhm.
You've never seen her look the way she does right now, however.
And what's
Her hair is down.
Her
She's wearing
panties are on the outside for some reason.
She's wearing her hair down, and she's also wearing a delightful purple dress.
Oh, is there some sort of show tonight?
I'm not sure. Caldana, where are you off to in such fine finery? Finery, sorry.
She glances over at you and smiles. It occurred to me I've never been out in people clothes, street clothes.
Oh.
Huh.
So, well, I suppose. What time is it, Kelly?
10:03.
Well, we are in a
Whoa.
major city. I suppose there's likely some sort of nightlife. It is called Moon Bay, after all.
Yes. I thought I would go for a walk and see the city. Although
Oh.
I'm going to start here. I didn't have dinner, and I am very hungry.
Oh, well, I have not eaten as well. Would you like to share something? Sit.
She nods and goes over to join at the table and sits down.
What do you think,
Yeah.
madam? What's your fare tonight?
Indeed, the Michaela comes back over to the table and she nods. So, what can I get for you, Miss Caldana? She thinks for a moment. Well, the food here is amazing. Do you prepare it all literally at the moment, or is some of it, mostly prepared and ready to go? And she thinks for a moment. Well, a lot of the prep work's done, and we have it mostly prepared and ready by the evening. She nods. Could I have? I'm embarrassed to ask. Could I have just like a taste of everything? And the girl blinks. Well, no one's ever asked for that before. But I don't see why not. Like just a small portion of everything available tonight. And she nods. Yeah, I could bring that to you. And Caldana gives a nice smile. Not something you're used to seeing Caldana doing. But she smiles and nods.
Quite hungry tonight.
Yes. You're trying to figure out your favorite food
Sort of.
after all?
Yeah, it's not so much that I'm hungry, just I want to try some different things. They say that the food in Moon Bay is some of the best in the world.
That's a smart idea, actually. If only I have the stomach for it tonight. After everything I've been through, I think I'll stick something simple, whatever roast fowl you have, capon,
Yes.
chicken, whatever.
Michaela nods. Yes, I could prepare you a simple chicken dish tonight.
Yeah,
And
please.
she bows her head politely. I'm sorry, Miss Caldana, will you have something to drink? She glances to you, Rialta. Whatever she's having will be fine.
Strong.
I do hope so.
Well,
Sir Varus, you seem to be better.
well, thank you for asking, Caldana. Something I don't know if you've ever done before.
Merely a statement, not a question, but
No, I'm feeling quite a bit better. Slightly groggy, but this coffee is doing me well, and it is a strange pairing with chicken. I think simple, easy to eat. They don't have any acorns, so best I can go with.
acorns.
Yes. Well,
Right.
it was right. In the forest, it's plentiful, and you can make it into quite a bitter, foul-tasting paste that will quell any stomach ailment by replacing whatever that ailment was with the horrible, bitter feeling of having eaten acorn paste.
That is an interesting way to deal with stomach aches, but I'm not sure if it's the most efficient way. I'm
It's
writing it
incredibly
down.
efficient. There are many, 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 many acorns in the God's grasp.
See.
She looks to just brood.
Oh, she is brooding now. All right.
well, that's
She wasn't brooding before. I did not realize you
Choose other expressions.
packed such nice outfits for our trip.
Oh, well, something I picked up in Mina's Grove, just in case. You never know when you're gonna need to blend in.
That's true. There's a great deal of finery here. Where do you hope to visit this evening?
Oh, I've never been to Moon Bay before, so just look around, see what catches my fancy.
I only have the tales to go from. We've already seen the fountain. But supposedly the art here and the craftsmanship is both in the architecture and in smaller, more intricate things, is second to none. So
I'm hoping to see the Terracin district myself.
Harrison
Terrace.
District?
Yes, it's supposed to be like, what's a good comparison? Like Lockheed's Haven in Mina's Grove, but not just for tieflings. It's where non-elves tend to cluster in the city since it's a mostly elven city.
yes.
Fortunately, not for the same reasons as the tieflings, but yeah.
Interesting. Is there something you're hoping to find there?
I'd just like to see it.
Oh, I wonder if you would find a halfling there. If you do, let me know. I am looking for someone to take a letter to the watch.
A letter to the watch.
Sir Varus,
the
do you
halfling's
believe
watch.
that all halflings know the halfling's watch?
Well, I mean, it's in the name, isn't it?
Only.
Are they not
certain-
all part of it?
No, that's not how that works.
That would be like saying all elves are members of the Order of Oak and Ash.
Well, no, obviously not. You swear to the Order of Oak and Ash, but we don't call it the Order of Elves and Ash.
Yes, of course, because the name's in it.
Right.
Either way, I think you would have to find a halfling from the watch.
Oh, well, that will be difficult. We are not near the Grodsgrass Forest.
Oh, we're not particularly far from the forest. There might be a place here where the watch congregates.
Well, perhaps I'll find out in the morning, or I'll post something on a notice board. I'm sure I can find someone to deliver something to the watch.
I would ask one of the guards. They probably have to work with the watch on regular.
All the guards are elves.
I-
Oh, right, but they don't. Ah, yes, I see what you're saying.
Perhaps that nice captain we met earlier today.
Oh, that would be good, yes. Well, thank you, Caldon. I appreciate you helping me with that little conundrum.
Nods.
Yes.
About that time, a large platter of food is brought over. And indeed, there is a couple bites of just about everything on their menu, which, I mean, it's a tavern menu. It's not a lot of things. It's probably 10 dishes on there with just a small portion of it.
Goodness, did those venison sliders not do it for you earlier today?
They were delightful, but I would like to try one more.
Fair enough.
You look good. Oh.
Indeed, Severus, you're brought over a plate with a cut of white chicken breast on it, and what looks to be a sauce. It's a red sauce on top of it. It doesn't look like it's made with tomatoes, though. She nods. The sauce on top is made. You said you wanted acorns. I didn't have any acorns, but it's made with crushed almonds and cranberries.
Well, that's absolutely delightful. Thank you so much.
I hope you like it. It's one of my dishes.
Well, thank you, my dear.
Thank
It's quite good.
And she excuses herself, and Caldana starts to eat as well. And the look on her face is nothing short of euphoric.
It's quite right.
Never seen you so passionate of food before. You have a stomach like my brother's.
Or making such semi-erotic noises.
She looks a little embarrassed. Apologies.
No,
I know we
enjoy
ate.
your food.
I know we ate earlier today, but it feels like it's been so long.
Mm.
Whatever your body needs.
That's what they say about the delicacies of Moon Bay. You always want more, I guess.
One at a time, she makes her way across the platter, just trying everything, enjoying every moment of it, that euphoria never seeming to leave her face. She enjoys the scotch, although you do notice that as she sips it, she winces a little bit. Seemed to have burned a bit on the way down.
Scotch, such things of these are certainly not for everyone. I would think in the mountains you'd have something strong like this, but maybe that's a dwarven taste.
Well, certainly not like this. This is made with grain. Can't get a lot of that in the mountains.
Fair enough.
But it is quite good. Yeah. I'm more used to things made from potatoes.
Potatoes.
You can distill it into a clear liquor.
Robust little vegetable.
Yes.
I'd like to see if I can see the phoenix.
Yeah, you may. I would say perception.
All right.
I will as well.
Why you copy me, huh?
Because I'm better than you.
You think just you do whatever I do?
Mhm.
Maybe I want to be my own man.
We both have a sibling fight.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
The greatest kind of fight. Kind of fight that makes you go.
26.
21.
I would say both of you are able to indeed notice the phoenix, which is currently resting on her neck and is sleeping.
Have we ever seen it sleeping before, by any chance? If we don't remember, that's okay.
I would say you either don't remember, you can't recall
That's
having
fine.
them sleep. That said, you have seen your own sleep before.
That's what I
Yeah, I was
figured.
gonna say I've seen mine sleep. so I'm not
You've
too
definitely seen,
surprised by it.
you've definitely seen the wolf sleeping before.
And I
Yeah.
definitely know I've seen, not mine, but, what's her name? Sorry, Melody's sleep before, I think, too. So I was
The teddy bear does
teddy bear.
sleep, yeah.
So it's fine. I
Yeah.
was just curious.
It did a big snooze the one time.
Yep.
Yep.
Nothing.
But yeah, no,
nothing to say.
it's on her neck right now, but it is sleeping.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Very much so. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to enjoy our night off before we have to actually, do stuff.
Do you need some accompaniment? I just don't want you to be hurt or anything.
No, I'll be fine. It's Moon Bay. I'm sure the guard is active even at night. And besides, I would love to see them try.
She is
Probably the
rather.
most in character thing she said.
Cerberus looks. She does have like the big axe and everything.
It's true.
I love,
Just
by
not
the
no
way,
armor.
Caldana, that to you, her being out of character is being nice.
Yeah. almost was about to make an insight check, but I don't think I could really quantify it, so I didn't.
She stands and bows.
Enjoy your stroll.
Yes. Be safe, please.
Yep, she bows and excuses herself out the door. Watch her leave.
I've never seen her in such a good mood before.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know if I've ever seen her say that many words to me that didn't involve trying to either hit me in some way or remind me of my personal failings.
Indeed, that is very true. Certainly spoke quite a bit. Huh.
She was clearly very hungry, and
Yeah.
perhaps the mood of the city has put her in finer spirits.
Perhaps. What's surprising?
Melody, it's about this time that you've wrapped up performing for the evening. You can make your way over to the table now.
Okay. Before she does, she's gonna talk a bit with Raj and say,
Mhm.
um, um, uh, how long are you gonna be here?
Raj is in the middle of he's putting his instrument away into a case, but he glances over. Oh, let's see. I'm in town for 3 more nights, and then I'm off to Savior's Cradle. Well, first over to Stone's Throw, and then up to Savior's Cradle.
Oh, okay. Well,
No, don't
I-
plan on crossing the desert.
Wait, why not?
But it's there's no roads, and it's really hot, and there's no water.
Oh,
Much easier to go down to Stone's Throw first, and then up the river.
that's fair. Don't go to the ice melt marshes. It gets really spooky in there.
Oh well, that would be south. No, I'm not heading south.
Okay. Well, I think we're also gonna be staying here for a few more nights. You wanna play in a few more sets together?
He smiles pleasantly. I'd very much like that, Miss Melody.
Yay!
I start. I'm on the second shift for playing, so around 9. You know, I usually start up. Tonight I was a little early, but tomorrow I'll be playing from 9 onward.
Okay.
He smiles and gives that very roguish bard smile, and grabs his instrument and stands up. Well, have a lovely evening, Melody. Where did that lovely tiefling in the purple dress go?
The what?
I don't know, there's a lovely tiefling in a purple dress just now.
Oh.
Seems to have left. Oh. But you see him. He makes his way over to the bar and has a seat at the bar to have what you presume are drinks that he will not have to pay for tonight.
Melody's gonna watch him go and then make her way over to the table. Kind of very happy with herself, just kind of like humming along.
There
uh,
is on the table a massive platter of half-eaten foods.
You're welcome to whatever's left. Your set was
Yes.
lovely.
It was. I probably would have been better as a solo, but I thought it was quite lovely. I saw the gentleman, as he calls himself, speaking to you at the end. He didn't ask you anything untoward, I hope.
Oh yeah, we were wondering if I was wondering if he'd also let me play with him because I really like playing with him.
Play with him. Well, what sort of games does he think's appropriate for a man of his age with a young woman of your age to play?
I believe she refers to music. They are both musicians, Sir Varys.
We're
I
gonna
don't care
be
what they're
doing
calling it these days. I just wanna
we're gonna
know.
be doing more sets while he's
Sets?
still in town.
Sets?
Yeah.
Fit-
Wait, sets with a
T with a T, Sir Varys, like
right.
musical
Well, that's
sets.
all right. Well, that's good to know. That's good. I'm glad to know. Well, sounds like he's what is he doing over there? Just getting drinks for free? Vagabond.
Are you jealous, Sir Varys?
Of what? The fact that I know how to both wash myself and put my shoes on correctly? No, I would say not.
Very well.
I feel like Varys, very famously, is probably one of the least clean people in the party.
I like his
I've
cape a
bathed
lot.
in rivers. You like his what? Is that?
I like his cape.
Yes, well,
It
He is
keeps
wearing a
some-
very
Why?
stylish purple satin cape.
Well, some men of his age feel the need to sort of try to hide their otherwise bulbous and distending bodies by putting on some sort of coverall. But
At that,
yes, it's quite
Melody
lovely.
kind of. Melody looks over at her own cape and goes, "Oh."
Hmm.
And,
Oh,
she,
no,
and she starts unclasping it.
No, Cerberus is merely directing that towards one individual. Your cape is lovely.
I'm not directing it towards anyone. I'm simply speaking out loud about the unusual fascination this elderly man has with a lovely young lady such as yourself.
Let the implications fall where they may.
Yes. Whatever he may clearly interpret that as is, up to him and his potentially.
I mean, I know I'm a dragonborn and we get big, but
No,
she's kind of like inspecting herself, like her arms, like
There is nothing wrong with your body. Cerberus only meant it in a different way. The cape looks lovely, and if he feels good to wear, then you should wear it.
absolutely,
I
I
like
think it's a
wearing
lovely
it.
cape.
Then you should
Um,
wear it.
And it makes sense for a young lady such as yourself, versus say an old man trying to live long past his prime, while speaking to women a third his age.
I have to ask, how old is Raj and how old is Varys?
Raj is 43, I believe I wrote.
Varys
is
is
in his
35.
Yeah.
Varys has a very protective feeling about Melody. He doesn't trust this guy, and there was an immediate mistake early
no,
on.
I
Yeah.
get that. I thought Varys was older.
Oh no, I'm 35. That's listen. I'm not even 35, okay? And I look like this. Sometimes it just happens.
Wow.
Okay? Sometimes, they say the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. Sometimes he just takes. Sometimes he just takes.
You want to know what's really unfair?
And takes and takes and takes and takes.
We're
and
only
takes.
3 years apart.
That's right. She
True.
sucked all the. Well, let's not phrase it that way. She took all the. She took the.
That's
Okay.
not. That's the damage has been done.
It's too late.
A
Alrighty,
meteor
alright.
falls on Cerberus. Anyway, about this moment, Michaela approaches the table again, and she has a glass with a clear liquid in her hands, and she looks around and blinks. Oh, did she go to use the bathroom? Or
Oh no,
Oh.
she's taken off. I'm
Oh.
afraid.
She's left, I'm afraid.
oh,
Oh, is that water?
no, she mentioned the a liquor distilled from potatoes where she comes from. So I thought
Oh,
we have
right.
some vodka. I thought I'd bring it over.
Oh, that's very kind. No,
Quite
but
sweet of
she,
you, dear.
unfortunately, she had taken off to go to the Terracin district.
Oh, so yeah, it's south directions, Callie. Southwest of here.
We heard it was
Uh,
sort of a multicultural. Place.
Yes, typically speaking, it's where most of the other races of Terracin would congregate. I mean, they don't have to. They're more than welcome to congregate wherever they wish, but that is where they have typically done so.
Right.
Wait.
Oh, Keldana was here earlier.
Oh yes, she's seen the sights.
She
She ordered all
slightly,
this food.
yeah, slightly different demeanor. She was ready to be out in the town.
Does seem a shame to let it
Oh.
go to waste.
Well, I wanted to go too. This place looks really nice, and you guys have really nice food and really nice people, except for the thing at the docks. But yeah.
She looks a little embarrassed at that. Yeah, well, you do get all kinds down at the docks. That's for certain.
Right, including dead kinds.
Occasionally, yes.
Mhm.
Well, I guess she looks at the food. I guess I'll just put this on her bill then.
Yes.
Oh,
no,
how much is it?
2 gold probably for a little of everything.
And Melody's gonna pull out her coin purse, and she's going to pull out 2 gold and hand it to her.
Well, Keldana will have much to thank you for in the morning.
Indeed, she will. Quite the feast you paid for her tonight. But thank you. And she bows her head politely.
what are you
I'll
going
also
to
finish it.
Do with the vodka.
Oh, well, it's already paid for. So if one of you would like it, you can have it.
Melody takes it and guzzles
Oh
it down.
no.
Oh, Cerberus
Oh, no.
wanted it.
It looks like water, but it do not taste like water. It is-
She thought it was like vodka was like fancy water, so she's like, oh yep.
No,
She
I-
was like, thank you, I'm really thirsty, and
okay.
like down that
Okay.
shit.
Is it all
Accidental
gone?
shots.
Quite
So,
a large mug, my dear.
What's the water?
It's
Melody, go ahead and make a con save for me.
Yeah.
It's as you down 2 shots of vodka.
Which
Alright.
is not a
But
good
you're-
thing to do in
For-
any circumstance.
Fortunately, you are a dragonborn, and you are used to your people, I would say, are used to drinking stronger stuff than this. However, maybe you not in particular,
I would.
but you're okay.
If that was alcohol, Melody, not
Oh,
water.
why did you call it liquor?
Liquor is
It is
alcohol.
I don't feel any urge to lick my lips.
You will if you keep drinking it.
It's liquor is a word that means alcohol, dear.
Oh, why are there so many words for alcohol?
Right.
People like using different words for it.
Because doctors are very expensive, Melody.
She just looks at Cerberus at that. What?
What?
What's the
That's what my master always told me. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, we have medical care, but there's plenty of drink to go around where I live.
Oh,
anyway,
we have medical care, certainly, yes. Is that what that means?
doctors and medical care?
Yes.
It should. What
There
what
are
is
no
medical care to you?
Well, we have the druids that typically
Mhm.
will tie, maybe say, some small animal bones around your wound, and then make noises over it, which will help the healing process.
It's not. That's not medical care, Cerberus.
Very few of our order have ever died of sepsis,
What did they die
relatively
of?
speaking.
What did they die of?
Historically, demons. Scurvy, one time.
Scurvy.
Just
That's
the one.
easily preventable.
Well, there aren't a lot of citrus fruits in the South God's grasp.
Ugh, good to know.
That's true.
Yeah.
And Melody's gonna give a thumbs up to Michaela and go, that was nice, thank you so much. I'd like some water, please.
She gives you the most reassuring smile she can and nods. Of course, I will bring you some water immediately. And she hurries over to get some water and brings it back.
Thank you.
All right, now before we take any drinks, what are we going to ask?
Sir Harris looks at his coffee questioningly. What are we going to ask?
We're going to ask if there's any liquor or alcohol in it. Yes.
Oh,
Uh,
I think I'll just ask them if there's alcohol.
That's
Yep.
fine.
no, that's just water, not vodka this time.
Out of my coffee.
I was also kind of half expecting it to turn into chocolate.
I-
Chocolate milk.
It
But,
I think you drink it a little too fast for the tattoo to work.
oh, I'm sorry, Fluffles.
Fluffles gives you a reproachful look, a mournful look, as though he has failed.
No,
I think you were
it
a little
wasn't
fast
your
for the
fault,
GM.
I thought it was water.
Move too fast for the power of magic to stop you, so maybe we slow it down in the future, eh?
Yeah.
Harris takes another giant gulp of his coffee.
Since you're drinking your water, if anyone, all of you make an insight check.
Wow, I'm actually surprisingly bad at insight checks.
13.
You still got a 20.
Never
I am-
mind. Fuck.
I am not surprisingly bad at
Well-
insight checks.
Melody,
I
I
got
think
a
it's
12.
fitting. I think it's fitting that you're the one who caught this, since you're the one I saw mention it in the chat. Something does occur to you as you're drinking now your water. Caldana doesn't have any memories. Does she know what alcohol they serve in the mountains?
You know, I was wondering about that. It wasn't even that. It was something else she said that it had a memory to. She
Yeah.
said that she knew like the food they served here, even though she hadn't
Yeah.
eaten it. And I was like, that's
Yeah.
weird. But I didn't. It didn't click to me why
Yeah.
it was weird.
Fair enough. Do you say that out loud, Melody?
The potato thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
your revelation.
Oh, she's gonna ask about I'm sorry, who got the thing? Hold on.
Needs to go away.
Or someone yelling in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good. Give it 2 seconds.
While that's happening, Brux, what are you up to in the? Are you just still enjoying your bath, or?
Okay, she's in 10 to 15 minutes. Just. Oh.
That's fine. We can do some other things while
Did
Mal has
Brooks
to go
just
do that.
leave?
I think Brux disconnected. Yes.
Yeah, that
Uh,
came. They hadn't.
Because
moved for a
yeah, it
second.
was frozen for sure for a moment.
Yeah, I
so.
think they're just disconnecting. Let's give it a
Okay.
minute for them to come back. In the meantime, why don't we deal with some hypotheticals?
No,
Oh,
no,
God.
no, we are not.
All right, Callie, here's a hypothetical for you.
Okay. Yeah.
You wake up and your belly button, okay, all right, is now a button belly. What do you do?
What does that even mean?
What does
That's part of
that
the
mean?
question. That's part of the question. It's a button belly now. What does that mean? What do you do? What
I
do you do with the
scream,
button?
Robbie. I scream. That's my
That's an-
answer every time. I just
That is,
scream.
that is an appropriate reaction.
Yeah,
Having a
I would
button
think
belly.
so. Yeah, I would agree. That is an appropriate reaction.
Mm.
That's fucking horrifying.
Last time you asked me, what if I was like the bee from Bee Movie? And I said, how long did it happen for? If it's more than a day, I kill myself. I
That
was
I
very
understood.
clear.
I understood that. If I was the bee from Bee Movie, I sound like Jerry Seinfeld, and I'm trying to like fuck human ladies, but I'm a bee. I'd hate my life too. I would definitely end it. I would sting somebody, and I would end it. That's a horrible life.
She divorced me.
That's right. That's
Good
right.
reason.
That's right.
So,
That
I
be-
don't even know
be-
that I would have to divorce you. I'm pretty sure legally our marriage would just like end. Just
I
you're
don't
gone.
think. I don't think. Well, but see, that's the question though, because you weren't always a bee. So obviously, a bee can't consent to any sort of contract. But if one becomes a bee,
Right, but no one's going to believe that she just became a bee.
well,
They're gonna
but
think Sarah's
I
gone.
will. I will. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well,
Don't
this bee
think Callie
talks.
murdered her.
That's true. Well, no,
She
I'll know.
murdered
I'll go.
me?
What do you mean she's the bee from Bee Movie? That's just like we talked about.
See, we're
Yeah,
planning ahead.
it'd be doubly weird now. You should have a code phrase like
Oh, that's
that
so
says, like,
meta. I
that
love
this
that.
happened.
The hypothetical of what if that hypothetical happened, but after I told you the hypothetical, that definitely changes some things. I like
Yeah.
that.
I scream. That's just my answer, Robbie. Every time you ask, I just say, I scream.
You go. Wait a minute.
Ah!
Let's.
Oh, boy.
This is. Did they get all the honey? I don't know. That's not Jerry Seinfeld. That's Sari.
not terrible.
Sari
That's-
Seinfeld.
I would say that's not a terrible Jerry Seinfeld. I've heard worse.
It's not the worst that's out there. Yeah, it's
What's
no
the
Letterman,
really
but-
dumb joke he makes at the beginning of the movie? Like the
I
fir-
did not see
The
this
beginning
movie.
of the Bee Movie. The
Yeah, yeah.
whole movie. It's.
Yeah, no,
I'll
I
tell you
know.
the dumb joke he makes. It's called Bee Movie.
No,
and it's a
I know,
bee
but there's
movie.
like this really, really bad joke he makes about the bees when they're still in the beehive at the beginning of the movie. Have you not seen this movie? Were you not forced to watch it as like an elementary school kid?
There's a couple that he makes with his
His
parents.
friends. Oh yeah.
But yeah. What you're talking about when they're like going through the
Yes.
on the cart.
Yeah, there's a really
Yeah.
dumb
The
joke.
dumb one that actually got me to laugh because it was so dumb was when he's they're just like in the cart and his friend the other bee goes, oh man, she looks. He's looking at a lady bee and he goes, man, she looks gorgeous. And Jerry goes, she's your cousin. And the other bee goes,
That's
we're
what-
all cousins.
That's what it
That's
was.
the joke because they're
That's
bees.
it. That was it.
Sarah, didn't this come out when we were in high school?
I
Yeah,
don't-
yeah, you weren't
did
a
it?
kid. Oh yeah, it did, Sarah.
Oh, I
I've
was
only
forced
watched
to
it 'cause
watch
I've
it.
seen I've seen reactions to it.
I definitely was forced to watch it at some point, and I don't remember why.
Was it at gunpoint? Because otherwise, I don't think you should. Be
I kind of
consented.
wish. I
Yeah,
feel
that's the only
like
excuse.
I really feel like some class it was on, but maybe I
Maybe.
don't know.
Well, that I could see it as like a BS movie in like biology when they're just like, we're not
Yeah.
doing anything today, so we're gonna watch B movie, and I want you to write me, double spaced, at least 3 reasons that this movie does not accurately reflect bees.
I definitely
You're like,
did not
"What
see
the
it in
fuck?"
theaters.
Can I tell you how much I hated watching movies in
Ugh.
high school?
They're
And it's not,
always the
obviously,
worst.
obviously it's great because like you don't have
You have
class
to
for a
do
day. That's
class,
nice.
yeah.
But there's something just like deep in my core, something inherently hateful
Yeah.
about putting on a 90-minute movie in a 55-minute class.
I mean,
that you
it's
know
just-
you're
yeah,
never gonna get
you
to finish.
can't finish it. Well, the
You
worst
know-
part about it too is that then there will be those teachers where it's clearly a blow-off period. That's why
Right.
they put it up there,
Yeah.
and they'd still be like, "Why are you all talking?
Yeah, pay
You
attention
have to
to
pay
the movie.
attention and write down." And you go, "It's what are you talking about?"
My favorite, so in my it wasn't elementary or middle school band, it was upper elementary band. Well, LOL, our school was weird. Our upper elementary band class, I don't know what happened, but we were just done for the year, I guess.
Yeah.
And so
'Cause
he
you
would
had
just
the last concert.
Yeah. And so for probably a good 2 weeks straight, he would just put on Monsters Inc. But
Yeah.
like you said, it
But
would
always
never
at the beginning.
Yeah.
Finish.
And so
so
you
it
know exactly
never
what part you're
finish
going to
that
get
shit.
to.
Yeah, so it never finished.
That's infuriating.
Yeah.
I would lose my mind.
I
That's an
Yeah.
experiment in torture.
yeah.
So I went to the same upper elementary as you. I'm surprised he didn't play. Do you not remember that band teacher playing Beethoven Lives Upstairs?
Yes. Well, see, my elementary school teacher did
that
that more
on.
often than he did.
Oh,
yeah.
and for us it was that guy, whatever
Yeah,
his name was.
our elementary school music teacher, that was her movie of choice to put
Beethoven
on.
Lives Upstairs. It doesn't,
Yep.
I don't. What
Oh,
a
yeah.
weird film.
Yeah, super weird. I just remember the scene where Beethoven's screaming at everybody because
Yep.
he's deaf,
'Cause
and
he's
they
deaf.
they have to get the tube in his ear so he
Yeah.
can hear it properly. Oh, it's
And then
so
the little
sad.
kid from downstairs is like, "Ha ha ha! I'm here."
What? I don't know why I'm here, but I'm
Why
important.
did? Yeah, he didn't need to be there.
It was. I don't even know if that was historically accurate.
Oh, I'm sure it wasn't accurate.
Oh man! But then they showed.
I don't remember the diary of a little kid that lived under Beethoven. I don't remember that book.
My favorite was not my favorite, but the part that was always so heartwarming is when he plays. Which symphony is it? It's the super well-known one.
Number
Ninth-
7.
It
Ninth
might be
Symphony?
been the 9th one, yeah. And he ends it, and then everyone's applauding, and someone has to turn him around to
Yeah,
see that
yeah.
everybody loves
Now
it.
that was, I believe
that
it
was
could be
real.
apocryphal, but I believe that's at least based on one true event. At least it was a reported event. I guess I don't know if it actually
Yes.
happened, but it's
Yeah.
an event that people said happened.
Yeah.
Um,
Cool. What a.
So just an update for people watching. Kiona has been disconnected from the internet. We're trying to
Yeah.
get that reestablished while Mal has had to
I'm on,
BRB for a moment.
I'm on the phone with Comcast right now, actually. That's what we've been
Alright.
talking about. The guy on the phone is named Beethoven.
I
And-
see.
So we're telling him to fix the router upstairs.
Indeed. What?
Kelly, you can't say I see, because that makes it obviously a lie. If you had gone along with it because they trust you and know I'm an idiot, they might have actually been like, "Really? Ooh!" I want to see all your viewers swivel their big, dumb, stupid heads. Go,
We did
"Ooh,
that-
really? Ooh!" That's what I want to
Robbie,
see.
you and I definitely pulled that joke on Kelly once, and I felt so guilty I didn't do it again.
Oh, you mean gaslighting her?
Some joke where you started some shit, and
Yeah, and you
I
agreed
went,
with it.
yeah, that definitely happened.
Yeah, of course.
I
The
did it
only thing-
once. And
I
couldn't do
love to just lie. It's my
Yeah.
favorite thing.
Fiona
I-
just popped back up in roll 20.
Oh, that's good.
Oh well, that's
Okay.
probably a good.
Oh,
Oh,
sign.
now yeah,
oh.
they just did for me too.
Oh, hello?
Hi, Brox.
Hi.
Oh, look at that!
You're
it
back.
works. Welcome back.
Yay.
At the same time, Mal's back.
It says
That's
hey, Mal's
convenient.
back!
We lost both Mal
Hey.
and Brox
I'm
at the
so
exact.
annoyed.
we lost Kiona literally right after we lost you, and
Yeah,
to
yeah,
internet
yeah.
problems, and you both came back at the exact same time.
So nothing
Yes.
happened.
So you missed nothing. You
Yay.
missed literally nothing.
Missed nothing.
So
So-
yes, you just had a revelation about
Potatoes.
potatoes. Indeed,
Potato.
that it's awfully odd that Caldana suddenly remembered what the drink of choice where she comes from is.
Are you gonna share that information since the rest of us are too dumb to think of it?
No,
Yeah, so Melody's gonna kind of furrow her brow and just go, "Wait, Caldana ordered this?"
Well, she was talking about enjoying that her people use potatoes as their spirit of choice.
And Soots was okay with that?
That's a good point.
Soots is the bird.
The
Well,
bird.
the
bird
bird
did
was
not-
asleep.
The bird did not
So-
burn.
The
Mhm.
bird did not react in any way to her talking. I was getting a little bit suspicious, but I thought I was just crazy. But now that
I thought
you
she was
mention
quite nice.
well, that's the thing. She was very nice.
Therein lies.
I do see what you're saying. Yes.
It's almost like she just kind of gained a different perspective on life or something.
Maybe she's
different-
gotten some of her memories back.
I should have asked her about her journal.
Well, if she's trying to enjoy the evening and she's in a good mood for once, seems a shame to pry her with incessant questions about it on the first time. I mean, if we do that continuously, she probably won't ever open up to us again.
That is fair.
I mean, I think the sanest and probably safest thing to do is leave it be. Everything will work out just fine. We'll see her in the morning. What's the worst that could happen?
Melody, do you want to go to the Terracin district?
Oh, yes,
Love
please.
that
I'd
Ferris
like to
is-
know.
I love
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Continue. I'm just.
Oh, wait. What's the Terracin district?
Well, that's where Caldana went, which now that I think about it,
The
none
lovely
of us were
multicultural district.
yes, none of us were told about the Terracin district. I don't know how she knew about it either.
Hello
which I
there.
always thought was strange. In any
Oh, I
regard,
suppose that's. Yeah, she
What's
did
so
also
special
mention.
about that place?
it's multicultural. It's where basically other non-elves host an assortment of things.
Dragonborn?
It's where
Maybe.
possibly. It's where a large number of them live. Obviously, they congregate throughout the city, but the majority of districts are primarily elven, this being an elven town. A large number of the immigrants from various other groups, either when they first came over to the continent or since the reign of Scala, have heavily populated this slightly less elfy area.
To be honest, I imagine it's mostly human, but there could be something Dragonborn related.
And perhaps a
Alright.
halfling.
I
And
might
perhaps
find
halfling.
someone that knows what I've been looking for.
I just mean, it's 10 o'clock at night. I don't know. It just seems to go
I'm a
on.
big
I mean, I feel
girl.
like. That's
I'm 18
true.
summers old. And she kind of like puffs her cheeks and just like has her hands on her hips.
18 summers. Yes, you are. Yes. Is that he turns to Rialta. What is that for a dragonborn? Is that a
That is adult age.
really 18?
Just barely. Well,
Huh.
for dwarves, it's 15.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
That's when we go to our college studies at 15
You're
years
what?
old. So there's
Oh, like all the pictures where they put the.
no, that's collage. This is
Oh.
college. It's a higher education format,
Higher educate, like more pictures.
like more learning.
Oh,
books.
that's how I
Because
got
they're in the
pictures.
mountains.
Specialty.
Oh, because it's higher. I
Yes.
see. Because it's actually that does make sense. Thank you, bro.
I forget that there is not formalized education in other parts of Terracin.
Oh, no,
I
I had
also
a
I also
formalized.
got my specialty in that place.
What kind of tea?
What?
A
Earl
specialty
Grey?
into a at a yes, a tea at a collage, Sir Varus. Thank you. Specialty in a college? Which college?
Of creation.
College. of
That's how I
Creation.
can do this. And she kind of like strums at her lute, and just kind of hold on. Let me see if I have anything prepared for this.
You gonna make like a pair of underwear appear like Shenlong?
No.
What a reference.
Whoa.
Is that the Dragon Ball
That's-
Z reference?
That's from Dragon Ball.
That's a
Dragon
Dragon
Ball.
Ball nothing.
Sorry.
reference, yeah.
Don't ask me.
Very well known. I don't think it's that weird a reference.
I just yeah, it's weird out of nowhere.
If you remember the
I'm
Red
the
Ribbon, those of you old
Shenlong
enough to remember the
in
Red
this
Ribbon
party.
Army.
It
Yeah.
was well known 30 years ago.
Whatever.
Also, isn't it Shenron?
So
And
Shenron is how they say it in the American dub. You're correct, and I think that is a. Yeah, I'm not even. Yes, I'm not even gonna. Yeah,
Don't, just don't.
I've already every wiener has retracted inside and every vagina is clammed shut at this point. So I think I'll just
All right.
push it back.
What were you saying, Melody?
And she kind of like strums at her lute and sings like a wordless hum. And in Rialta's like side, the crystal pops up. She's just giving you bardic inspiration.
Oh,
Neat.
They taught me how to do that, and that thing keeps appearing whenever I direct my song at someone. But I can only do it like so many times a day before I get really poopy and tired.
Awesome.
Can you make a marble instead of a crystal?
No, I got to choose how I did it,
Yes.
and I like crystals. They're really nice and shiny. They're like
Oh, they
little
are,
gifts
yes.
from the ground.
Yes. No, I do like them as well. I just really like marbles. I used to
Mine,
have
it's not,
quite a few of those.
doesn't feel quite as powerful of you as yours, but I do have something similar I can do that looks more like a star. She'll
Can you
cast-
make it like a marble?
She kind of looks and will be like a marble of light, and
That's
she will
pretty cool.
cast guidance on Cerberus.
You know, now that I think about it, with this guidance, I probably could get marbles at the shop. You know, we were speaking about Caldana, now that I think about it.
We were. Let's get back to that. That seems more important.
Well, I don't think so. I think it's fine. She's going on herself. You two want to go on some wild goose chase after somebody at 10:30 at night.
Well,
It's not a wild goose chase. It's also I didn't know about the Terracin district, and it sounds like it's a place that could be where I could find someone who knows what I'm looking for.
Well,
you know, to get home, because I miss it.
right.
Well,
oh,
if you want
God.
to take a look, if you want to take a look now, we probably won't stay out too late, though.
Yes, I
because-
mean, if you wish to see something that reminds you of home, I suppose. I suppose you two could get started. I can go let Brux know
That's fine. We'll be
what's
fine.
going on.
No,
Finish up
it's
some
not.
of
It's not supposed to remind me of home. It's supposed to help me how to get home.
Oh, I'm so terribly sorry. Well, that's good, I think. I am going to finish up these appetizers, as I still have a incriminating hangover, and
You would have to beat Melody too, and she's already finished like half of the
Fair enough.
half-eaten shit.
We may not see you tonight, but we'll be sure to be back in plenty of time to sleep. Yes,
fine.
Melody?
If we split the party three ways,
Yes.
it makes the GM's job a lot easier. So,
All
just
right.
hoping that we can.
Melody and Rialta are gonna
Yeah.
start heading out.
Yeah, just have a
Cerberus
little
is
bit.
gonna go talk to Brux. Brux, what are you up to right now after your bath?
After the bath, that's actually a great question.
About 11:15.
At this point, probably just laying out on the bed.
All right.
Uh,
Brux is in Eeny, Meeny, Miny 102.
Yep. Roll a d4.
Very well.
No, neither of the other two are going to like inform him which room.
No, he doesn't know.
They've already
Okay.
stepped out.
Okay. Just making sure.
How do I roll it? What's the command?
Slash roll. Sorry. Slash
Oh, so
roll
I
on
have it
D4.
backwards. 2.
Fingers are tricky
Oh.
things.
Brux, you hear a knock at your door.
25% chance.
Hello?
Too fucking easy.
It's Cerberus of the Green Shield. Your companion? We've been going together for some time. I was recently inebriated and you carried me back. Which I haven't yet thanked you for, by the way. So, thank you. Are you decent? Do you mind if I open the door? Would that be appropriate?
It's just
Are you
dead
awake,
silence
Brux?
the
Now that I
whole
think about it,
time.
it is late. You could be
Until-
asleep.
The door opens in front of you.
Ah, good, you were up.
Standing there in the classic towel wrapped around pose.
Yes, apologies. You are quite muscular. If I,
Yes.
I've forgotten how those things that come out of your mouth work.
Cerberus has a type.
Words. Yes. If the Rialta and Melody, they went to see Caldana in the purple dress.
That. That's not.
Dress?
Right. Caldana came down in a purple dress, ate a number of appetizers, and then she wanted to go to the terrace and distribute.
She's just blinking at you.
Dress.
Be quite intimidating like this.
Okay. Are we going to also search for her?
Oh,
Why
we know
are
where
we-
she is.
Why are we following her?
Oh God, that's a fantastic question. Supposedly, it is some grave sin that she remembers that she likes vodka back from the mountains, which admittedly is a little bit strange, and she was acting a little bit not herself, and she did smile while she was eating, and she also talked to
Eyebrows.
me, and it wasn't in a hostile manner, which was also somewhat surprising, but I found her rather pleasant. She also was wearing a dress we had never seen before. It is getting more suspicious the more I think about it. But, well, at any rate, also it's a multicultural district, so, yes, the Melody wants to go there. I think mostly to see what Caldana's doing, but they thought they pulled the wool over my eyes by saying that it was in an effort to help Melody, find her way home. As if, like someone's going to be there, like all Dragonborn know each other or something. Just ridiculous. Although there are halflings there, which might be useful to me, but you didn't ask about that. I've been talking quite a lot.
Yeah, she's just staring like dead-faced at you the whole time, just doing that thing, just let you run.
So, right, that's the purple dress I was referring to. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a few minutes to get dressed.
Right, yes, that. I will go stand down. There's a table with food at it. I'm not really hungry anymore, but I'm going to be by the table with the food.
Okay.
Well, the dragon Melody ate most of it, but oh, you're closing the door. All right, well, I'll see you. Okay. Bye.
Smooth. So
Cerberus should go back to the table.
That was a conversation.
So, you go back over to the table. It's a few minutes later when Brooks joins you, and you two both head out. Caldana. Caldana.
That Caldana wasn't aware of anything.
It is dark and quiet. You can't see anything. You blink your eyes, or at least you think you do. You have the mental thought of blinking your eyes, but there's no change in vision to indicate whether or not you actually did. You don't feel your eyes blink or your muscles around your eyes blink. And you start to realize that you can't see, you can't hear, you can't touch anything, you can't taste anything, you can't smell anything. There is zero sensory input, but you are aware. You are conscious. And for just a moment, you just kind of think about what must be happening, and you recall that the deal that you made. You would presume then, you remember hearing the bells chiming, so you presume exactly what she said was going to happen. What happened? She's taken control of the body for now and pushed you into the deep recesses of the mind. And for a moment, panic sets in as you think to yourself, what if I don't get control of the body again? Is this just how I'm going to be stuck? And it's horrifying. You think by now that hours must have passed. It must be getting close by now to time for you to take control again. And yet, in reality, probably a couple minutes have passed. A couple minutes have gone by. And it starts to set in for you that you can't fathom what 250 years of this must have been like. And then there is light. There is light all of a sudden. And in front of you, you see the phoenix erupt up into this darkness. A maelstrom of fire, a tornado of fire, before it all starts to wind down and flicker. And then the Red Lady is standing in front of you. You're not certain how to define you at this moment. You don't have a body. You don't have a physical form. You're not certain what she must be looking at. It's hard to describe. You know she's looking at you, but you don't have eyes or a face or a form. And yet, in that moment, you can hear her as she speaks. Hello, Caldana. You can't open your mouth. You don't have one. And yet, thought is the only thing you have. And you know intrinsically that here, in this place, it can be heard.
Here to lecture me?
No. No, I think I did that enough last time. I knew once I showed you my ignition that my days of being able to lecture you would be over. But I don't regret showing it to you. I think it was important for you to see it, even if I'm not proud of it.
Conversation's not going at all like Caldana expected. Caldana expected another lecture.
Same.
I had to know what made her somehow not worthy after she tries to gesture, realizes she can't gesture, and that.
Was it worth what you gave up?
Worth a little time?
No. Not just time, it's who you are. How people will see you. The things she does now, she will do with your face. Your voice. I don't come in judgment, but I am curious to you if it's worth it.
I've got 1,000 more questions now, but I think so.
Well, I think it only fair then that maybe I answer a couple for you. I won't even charge you for them. What is on your mind, figuratively speaking?
She was trying to protect her people. Everything she at least claimed would have been my first instinct too, but somehow she's unworthy, rejected because people spread rumors of her?
The
People
difficulty,
hated her for what she was?
they did. In times long gone, your people, I don't know if you remember it or not anymore, your people came from another continent. It was called Alkana. In that era, you could go to every different continent, and the only gods and goddesses that you would find in common with one another were, well, the Prime Goddess and Sale and Boss. Even Sale and Boss were mostly a Terrasan god, or gods, I should say. But theirs is one that spread. For the most part, every continent would have had its own pantheon, its own god of fire, its own god of love, its own god of rebirth. This is how the world was designed, or at least how I believe she intended it to be. Our peoples were not meant to intermingle in such a way, or at least that's what she feared, though I think she hoped otherwise. Harrison has been something of a great experiment in that way. People seeing if they can get along, yet much pain has that experiment caused. Having seen what you have seen and heard what you have heard, she seems to have been done something of an injustice.
Yeah.
Do be wary, Caldana. She did not show you everything. She told it to you. It means that it is her recollection of it. It is how she remembers what happened. It does not have the benefit of objectivity. Does not have the benefit of another's perspective. And while I am certain that there is a great deal of truth in what she told you, I am certain also that many things have been distorted to favor her. She was quite reluctant to expound on the details of what she did after she became a dread demon. I won't berate you with them, but they were numerous, and they were horrible.
I know this is going to sound absolutely out of my mind insane, but I can't help but think there's still good in her somewhere.
She seems to take a long moment to consider that. It is my duty, the goddess of rebirth, take spirits that pass and guide them to Boss, my love, that they may be born again, that he may help them find his brother and gain new life. I do the same for people, no matter what race they may be. I do the same for gods and goddesses when they pass. I do the same for Onrado when they pass. It is not within the scope of who I am to do so for a dread demon. That is the punishment they endure for what they have done. And yet, I chose you for a reason, Caldana. Because I knew. She smiles. May I show you something?
Caldana's gonna smirk, kind of quip, "Oh, so I didn't just die at the right moment." And then, yeah.
In that moment, you see yourself. You are looking through your own eyes, and you are on the mountain. You are climbing it. Your pick hammer, making your way up. You look to your left, and you see one of your friends off in the distance climbing. You look to your right, and you see your trainee that you've been working with tied off to you. You swing the pick hammer, and it buries into the ice, and just as it did, just a few months ago now, it breaks through, and you begin to plummet forward. And in that moment, you remember what you thought. You knew you were about to die. You had messed up. You were going to die, and nothing was going to change that. And in that moment, you drew your knife and you cut that safety line. And you gave her a chance to live before you plummeted to your death. And the vision ends, and you're back there in front of her. That was the moment I decided you were my champion. For as much wrong as you did, and you did a lot, when that moment came, that it didn't benefit you in the slightest to help, you chose to save that young girl's life.
I would say Caldana looks shocked, but I'm not sure she has a face right now. So
She feels
She
shocked.
feels shocked.
Yeah.
yeah, there we go.
Red Lady nods. I do not know what will become of... I do not know what will become of Soraya. I hope that you are right, and there is something of good in her still. I hope that what I understand to be true about dread demons, that all they touch, they ruin and corrupt. I hope that it is not right. I know that just as she is what she is, I am what I am. Neither of us any longer have the power to change our nature, to be better than we once were. That is why I consider it such a sacred charge for me to help others be better than they once were.
Well, suppose if I'm your champion, I might as well attempt it.
He nods at that. There. Best of luck, but be careful. I believe she has indeed taken a liking to you, but does not change the nature of what she is. If she is given the opportunity to take you over, make you hers, she will. Do what you feel is right. I can ask nothing more.
That's what I'll do.
The Red Lady steps back. You see her now, an elven woman, beautiful golden red hair. She bows, more of a curtsy, really. And then just as she turns to leave, she stops and turns her head back to look at you. If my punishment had been to become a dread demon, I would have accepted it still. And then she leaves. And you are left again in pitch darkness. No sight, no sound, no smell, touch, nor taste. No sensory input of any kind, no way of understanding how much time has passed. And that's where you are left for now. We'll see how sane you are in 7 hours. Back outside, Rialta and Melody, you two are making your way down to the Terracin district.
Yeah.
As I said before, it is. You think back to your time in Lockheed's Haven and what you saw there. This kind of sectioned away part of the town. It's hard to find your way into, and it's decrepit and destroyed on the outside, and on the inside it was quite nice. The Terracin district is not like that. It is very nice. The buildings here are well kept and well maintained. It is indeed, as the elves of the inn said, it is a part of town where many of the other races have begun to congregate, have opened their businesses, but it doesn't seem to face some of the problems that the Haven had. As you walk around this part of town, there are buildings on either side. It's a little more clustered here, you would say, than the rest of Moon Bay, which is kind of open and there's room in between all the buildings. Here it is a little more crowded, but there's not exactly a dip in quality either. There are buildings, and you see people of all different races here. There are, as Rialta speculated, many humans that live in this part of town, but you see tieflings, halflings, you see dwarves, you see dragonborn, you even see Uruk here. Indeed, there's just about everybody is here. What is notably absent? Dia an Nadwir. That isn't to say there aren't any Dia Asanil here. There are indeed some machine elves here. What would you like to do?
What a busy place. Perhaps we'll see Caldana, perhaps we will not. So if there is a place you wish to find, I am happy to accompany you and see what I can see. Perhaps there's a section for Dragonborn.
Yeah, Melody's kind of like looking around, and when she got to like the more crowded parts, she may or may not have instinctively reached down to kind of like hold on to a part of Rialta's would you say she's wearing a tunic or like a
She wears like she wears basically a robe. So she's got big flowy sleeves.
Okay. Yeah, she's gonna like
You look at her picture. Trying to think if you can see it or not. You go to I think if you go to my bio and info, you'll see a picture of what she's wearing.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was like a not tunic. Yes, tunic?
Like a robe with a under shirt on it.
Mm.
It's fine. What do you grab? It'll be there. Whatever you need to grab.
The sleeve kind of like the way a kid would grab at the parental figure's somewhere like hand.
Yeah. Melody, are you all right? Big honking claw.
Yeah, I'm just kind of
Overwhelmed.
I feel kind of warm, unsteady.
She'll turn to face you, but not force you to let go. Even though she's gotta look up at you.
Mhm.
Sometimes when places are too crowded for me, sometimes I felt overwhelmed. Take a deep breath.
And she's kind of she does that thing that snakes kind of do, where they kind of like open their mouth and their jaw just kind of like extends.
Unhinges.
Yeah, that's the word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Her jaw fucking unhinges
Eat
and it's
the
almost like
whole
a
mouse.
it's almost like a 45-degree angle that she makes with the the open part of her of her mouth.
Perhaps you can do it that way. I've actually found the smaller you make your mouth, the sort of more controlled you let the air out, the better it is for you. Yes, not quite like that.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Cough it out. It's okay. Have you ever blown bubbles before?
She kind of like thinks on that and goes,
I'm sorry, this gonna sound like a really dumb question, but what's a bubble?
Is anybody blowing bubbles? Any like little kid things like that?
In this city,
They
maybe.
better be in bed.
Yeah, I would say like there's
Okay,
probably not a
it's-
whole lot of little
I
kids
don't
out
know,
right
but do
now.
they sell things like that?
Yeah, you might see
Or a pinwheel?
Yeah,
Either
a
works.
pinwheel for sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
pinwheel works too.
Yeah.
I will buy a pinwheel, 2 pinwheels.
Okay.
I will hand one to Melody. Focus your breath so that the pinwheel spins easily and consistently.
and she kind of like holds it up and just kind of like deep breath.
That was a good try. A little slower. See how it went really fast and then stopped?
Mm-hmm.
A little slower. A little smaller.
Like that?
Mm-hmm. How do you
Oh,
feel?
it's kind of a little like it's kind of a little similar to how my mom taught me how to sing, kind of.
It would be similar to that, yes, actually. Would. Your breathing affects your inside. And especially, she taps her chest, your heart. When your heart beats really fast, your body thinks you're in danger. When you breathe like that, your heart slows down. And you don't feel like you're in danger anymore.
I don't think I would really feel like I'm in danger in a crowd.
And perception check on here.
Okay, insight check, I guess.
11. Fuck.
Hold on. Let me see here. Oh, shoot. Why did I X out my character sheet? Sorry, one sec. I always do that.
Fluffles looks very disappointed in you, Melody.
13. All right, do I know that you're lying?
Oh, you absolutely do. She's doing like the fidgeting, the sideways glance, and this looks more like not so much like she's trying to put on a brave face, but like it like the claw that's holding your sleeve is also kind of like starting to
Tear
shake a bit. Like
she'll use her free hand to kind of press against your other arm and just kind of look at you.
Oh.
You're okay.
Um.
It's okay to be scared. It can save your life sometimes. But
you're not gonna leave, right?
I'm not leaving you. You can hang on to my arm as much as you want. I'll stay right by your side. Even if I see Caldana or something else interesting, I won't leave your side.
Or you won't tell me to run either, right?
Tell you to run?
Uh-huh.
She kind of furrows her brow at that. If I were to tell you to run, well, you've been in danger with me before. I might ask you to fight with me,
But
But-
not run.
but not necessarily run, no. If we were running, I'd be right next to you.
Could you both make a perception check for me?
Oh no, Rialta's good at those.
I am 20.
Indeed. Just good enough, too. So as you're walking along, you've helped Melody settle herself down a little bit and walk more comfortably with you in the crowd.
That's how I teach kids deep breathing. Usually it's with bubbles, though.
The crowd here is in good spirits, as they so frequently are in this part of the world. Everyone is kind of laughing and joking, and if indeed Terracin is an experiment, this is a place where it is going well. People seem relatively comfortable and calm with one another, and as you're walking, Rialta,
Yeah.
you hear Caldana before you see her.
Hmm.
But as you turn and look, she's about 50 feet away, walking down the street. Actually, I gotta... She sees you or not.
Fair enough. We're not really sneaky, so.
Yes, I know.
We've been trying to be.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean, she might, I might be covered up by Melody, but.
Well, she's
She'll
also not
stand
actively
out.
looking for you, so...
Fair enough.
Nope. She rolled a 5.
Ooh.
So you hear her, and as you see this tiefling in a purple dress walking along, she is singing. Do either of you speak tiefling/infernal?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Let me check.
I know I do. I even wrote down as tiefling, because that's what my character would say it is. She would not say it's infernal.
Correct. You would say that it is tiefling.
Yeah, because I'm cool that way.
I just say both in case someone.
No,
forgets
I
that
know.
they don't.
I'm just teasing you.
Yeah. She is singing a song that you've never heard before.
Huh.
It is a song about standing together. It is a song about believing, or rather, in finding comfort in your family, finding comfort in those you live with, finding comfort in those that you would die for, and standing together with them.
I kind of motion to Melody if you haven't already. Caldana's singing. Beautiful song, but I understand the lyrics, but I don't know where it's from.
Wait. How come she's never sung with me?
I know. How does she know that song?
Would I recognize this song?
No, you have never heard this song.
Okay.
Where's she going, I wonder? What is she walking towards?
Right now, she has a skewer in her hand of some what looks like street food, some sort of fried meat or something like that, that she occasionally is taking a bite of. And as she takes the bite, she's humming the song, and then she resumes singing once she is swallowed. But she is making her way down the street, kind of weaving in and out of people. She seems to have no problem doing so. And eventually, you see her enter into a building.
Do I see like a name on the building?
Yeah, there is a name on the building. It's a 2-story building, which makes it stand out a little bit because the buildings next to it are both 1-story buildings. So it kind of like looks like this kind of like almost smushed building that stands out among the other two. But it is, as like many of the others, it is made of this kind of fine glassy material and stone. Outside of it, there is a sign that marks this building as being called the Lady's Wish.
Would I know what that is? Nope. Okay.
No,
Ooh,
it
'cause-
doesn't
Melody
it doesn't
sure as
refer to
heck
anything you don't
won't.
know.
Because Sarah's concerned as to what that is.
Val is also concerned. Meta knowledge.
Yeah, I know.
So what? It's a
It'd
snake
especially
around a
be.
what?
It'd be especially suspicious if Melody knew what the fuck the lady's wish is.
I know. I'll just point it out and just kind of shrug.
Oh, and Melody just kind of like closes her eyes for a minute and goes,
Okay, I made my wish.
The building itself, the entranceway to it, there's 2 steps up to a landing, and there is an Uruk man standing there. He is a fleshskin, has no tattoos on him, but he is standing there with his arms crossed and just kind of guarding the door.
My apologies. What? We're new here. What is this establishment?
He looks you both over.
Yeah.
And his eyes look at you for a long moment, Rialta, and then they settle on Melody. How old are you?
Hi, I'm Melody. I'm 18
Yeah.
summers old.
He narrows his eyes as if pressing X to doubt. You might be a little young, miss.
Young? Is this
Young? I'm 18 summers old. Why does everyone keep saying I'm young?
My apologies. Well, and I presume you are as well.
I am 25.
Excellent. He opens the door for you.
Very
wow,
well.
doesn't even check anything.
What
I don't have ID.
I mean,
Cut her in
yeah.
half and count the rings.
Yeah, that'd be about it.
gosh.
So he allows
But
you
then
in.
why
I
even
guess we're
bother
gonna go
asking?
in. Oh my god. Oh no. Okay, we're
Inside.
going. We're going in.
Oh yeah.
Inside. Inside this room is a entry area. There is a desk just to your right, and to your left there is a door that looks like it leads to a parlor or a waiting area of some kind, and straight ahead a similar parlor or waiting area, although this one is currently clothed off. There's a tarp in the way, or a curtain in the way, I should say. Behind the desk is a human woman. She looks to be in her probably early 50s. She's definitely probably in her early 50s. First signs of graying hair, although she looks like she probably dyes her hair with some sort of berry or something. It's a deep red outside of the grays that are starting to show through a little bit. And she looks over and smiles. Welcome to the Lady's Wish. And she looks at the two of you. Oh, you have a particular preference?
Is there a roll I should be making, or am I just nope?
I don't know. Have either of you ever been in a brothel before?
I probably not.
At what point? Yeah, at what point?
I would
do you
only
pick
know
up
them
on
from the
context.
I would only know them from a historical sense, I guess, but I don't know
So
like
you might be able to see some of the signs then, like it's
Okay.
like the waiting area and then a parlor. You've read in
okay.
books that's usually like where they would bring people of what they suspect are your type, and you could choose
okay.
one.
All right.
You might not know that yet though, so I'll let you. But she nods.
let me roll it.
Let me say it another way. Are you looking for someone for the two of you together, or
Oh,
Sarah?
yes.
You are pretty sure that this place is an ice cream shop,
I rolled a 1. Fucking A. No,
and she wants to know what flavor ice cream you're interested in.
Fucking A. No, I
Oh,
refuse.
Yes. We're actually looking for someone.
And
We saw a.
what does she look like?
She's wearing a purple dress.
She's a
could
It
have-
has.
She's a tiefling.
I'm certain we could find a purple dress for someone, and a tiefling. I definitely
have,
have
like-
tieflings here.
Wait.
Yeah, and she's got like meat on the stick and stuff. We're
Oh, that is a very specific
Oh
request.
God,
You see her get out her book and start flipping through.
Ooh.
Oh, well, you know what? Mariana's here tonight. Actually, that might be what you're looking
Okay,
for.
does that help me now?
Yeah, I think by now you can probably piece together this is a brothel.
Okay.
And she is trying to figure out what kind of escort you'd like. for
Okay,
the
well, her
evening.
eyes widen and she's gonna lay a hand on Melody. Melody, there's a major misunderstanding here. Ma'am, we are
What
actually
do you mean? We saw her enter here.
Yes, I'll tell you when we get out. I'm My apologies, ma'am. A friend of ours walked in here. We are new here, and we were looking for our friend, and that is the description.
Oh,
Hey, mom, fucking buzzkill. What you?
I see.
Our friend walked in, and we're trying to meet.
Listen,
I'm
Melody
just
was
explaining what we're doing. She's probably gonna hightail it out of here pretty soon.
Well,
Melody was close to getting an education.
she very much was. She nods.
Proficiency
well, of
tool
course.
does that give you?
But
Uh,
if she is busy, we do not wish to bother her.
I'm afraid I can't speak to the current situation of any of our clientele.
I understand completely.
Oh, well, actually, I do have another person I've been looking for. Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be that specific person, but,
And she kind of like holds up
Be
like a
whoever you
claw, and starts like extending a finger every for every trait she's gonna list out, and she's gonna go.
I'm looking for a dragonborn.
She nods.
They may do singing or dancing, or they're really good at cooking, and they'll
Pink.
they'll do stuff like making sure that people are happy and stuff.
Say no more. I understand exactly the type that you're looking for.
Hold
Likes
a
to be
moment.
pampered. I've seen
My
this.
apologies. There's been a misunderstanding. Melody, how about
They
we...
perform very well in a crowd. Too. Usually
Melody,
they have an audience.
Melody, this place will not find your specific person.
but they're
I
performers.
beg to differ. I can find a woman exactly to that
No,
specification.
she is once again looking for someone specific, not a
can cook,
type
too?
of person.
May need to get her to join the party.
Melody, I'm gonna say, excuse me, ma'am, and take Melody to the side. Melody, this place is where you request a
Request a what, Sarah?
They will give you a person that is meant for very adult behaviors that sometimes require the bird coming.
Bird's coming, all right.
every other animal too.
Yeah, that's
see,
right. They got
sometimes
pigs
what
and chickens.
Sometimes what parents do to get the bird to come, the bird comes, and sometimes the bird doesn't come. And sometimes people
Sometimes
just like
mommy
that
pretends
part.
to like it when daddy does that thing.
And so some.
If it makes it end faster.
Oh my god.
Yeah, put your thumb there. Yeah, it's not fucking annoying every time.
I think she fucking fell off. I think Alana fucking fell
She
off.
fell off the chair.
They called out a fall out of her chair. Good job. As you're
Trying to explain
explaining
sex.
this to Melody,
Yes.
the
Oh my
woman
God.
speaks up again. My dear, is maybe this the type of woman that you were seeking? And standing there is a dragonborn woman.
Oh god.
She is Melody, like you, very tall,
Please-
although you
Please
would
don't
guess
be
she's
her mom.
a good bit older.
Please no.
She is not your mom. Neither of them, in fact. But she
You
is.
can call her mommy.
She is of the ivory.
Oh.
She is an ivory dragonborn, just like you. And she approaches and smiles. Good evening.
Hi, a melody.
You must be the one I'm taking care of this evening.
Hold on. Hold on. Melody, this is not this is not exactly the kind of person that you are I'm gonna just
What
turn
do
to
you
the
mean she looks
dragonborn.
exactly like her,
She
like me?
doesn't know the
Straight up.
she's more she may be of age, but her knowledge of the world is less than she might appear.
I'll promise you this woman will get her home. You know what I'm talking about? She's been looking.
She
She's
reaches,
gonna get her there.
He reaches over, Melody, and strokes your cheek affectionately. Well,
Blink, blink.
certainly probably not a place for the likes of you then, if
My apologies. We were looking for someone else and stumbled upon here. Did not mean to waste your time.
of course.
Oh, well, I was gonna. Well, hi, I'm sorry. I didn't catch your name.
I am Kesrana of the Ivory.
Oh, I'm also of the Ivory. I'm
I see
Melody of
that.
the Ivory.
Melody of the Ivory. That is a lovely name.
Thank you.
And
Are you a performer?
she seems to consider that question for a moment before nodding. I would say so.
Oh, would you be able to tell me how to get back home?
That depends on where home is for you.
They didn't tell me how to. Well, I don't know the signs. I got left behind, and I didn't get to learn the signs.
A look of understanding comes across her face. Ah, I understand. You are, you traveled from far home then?
Mm-hmm. And she kind of like nods.
I see. He seems to be thinking very intently.
I don't wish to presume anything, but I know you are in the middle of work, and it is true that Melody has been having questions about herself. Are you comfortable with perhaps meeting at a different time with each other?
Yes, I do need to return to work. However, I'm afraid I won't be able to answer everything that you wish of me. I'm not from far home myself.
Well, darn it.
I come from Mother's Jail, but I might have some things that would be able to help you. At least a start. I've known other dragons of the Ivory who are from far home in the past. I'll have to dig through and see what I can find. Is there somewhere I could maybe meet you tomorrow?
Oh, yes. We're staying at as I flip through my fucking notes because I don't remember the name.
The Twilight's Rest.
Twilight's Rest.
Twilight's Rest. Yep. We're staying at the Twilight's Rest. I also perform there. Well, not as a regular, but I help out with Raj's sets.
He's an
I
excellent
really
singer.
like I really like playing with Raj. He's really nice in stuff.
He's also a singer.
Good to know. And I didn't catch your name, Miss
Rialta. My apologies.
Rialta. Very nice to have met you. I need to get back to work before I am yelled at.
Oh, I'm sorry. One more thing, if
You may.
have you seen a tiefling with the purple dress and a meat on a stick around here?
Not sure if
It might have
Not
been
a-
singing.
You must be referring to Marianne. No, not in some time. I don't know if she's working tonight.
No, I think her name is called Dana.
A client. I cannot speak
Yeah.
of such things.
That's
Well,
fine.
darn it. Sorry. Red.
It's fine. I will come call upon you tomorrow at the Twilight's Inn or Twilight's Rest then. And she bows politely
I'll bow politely back.
as she turns and
Oh,
walks
what
away.
do we owe you?
She smiles at that. You can buy me something to eat tomorrow.
Oh, we can get you the appetizer. That stuff
Preferably
was
food.
good.
As she turns and walks away, only then do you realize just how scandalous the dress she is wearing is. But she heads
Oh,
back
um,
upstairs.
You're and she actually
It
turned
looks like
back
you
and
forgot
Melody
half
saw
your
that.
dress.
Yeah.
she would have been like, "Oh, your
Me-
outfits,
Melody?
Your clothes are loose in
Melody?
the back.
Melody, it's fine. It's fine. Let's leave these people to their work. Yes.
What do you mean? It's gonna get drafty.
They are just fine. Trust me.
These,
There's
you
a
two
lot
have-
of
They don't
heat.
fit right.
There's a lot of heat. Don't worry
Well,
about
it fits
it.
right.
Yeah, no one else is complaining about the fit. Uh,
I just try
Some
to
dresses
push
are
her out of the
backless, Some
building.
dresses are assless. Just
Those
how it
you-
works.
the two of you head back out into the street. Indeed, the party atmosphere here it's lively. Music plays. Lights are strung between the different buildings, and they light up all different colors. It's quite fun down here. Moving over to Varys and Brooks.
Mhm.
Varys and Brooks, where do you two go?
Do you have any place that gets ice cream?
I know one.
I guess we head to Terracin, probably.
Yeah, also the Terracin district.
Okay. So you make your way down as well. This place is mostly, like I say, there is truly a large mixture of different peoples down here. It's a large district too. It's not like Lockheed's Haven, which was, I mean, relatively small. This is a sizable portion of the city. Is this district? And as you are walking down, you see a road, a pathway that breaks off, and along it are temples, all along both sides, each to different gods and goddesses of the realm. By the count of it, you can count 15, 16 of them almost. They're different sizes and shapes. Some of them little more than just a shrine, and some of them full churches, effectively, with pews where you could worship.
Suppose we could look at the Red Lady's church. Maybe she went there.
It doesn't seem like her, but you did say she was out of sorts.
Yes,
Good.
I suppose.
As good a place to look as any.
We'll head towards the Temple of the Red Lady.
Very well
And-
then.
What about you, my friend? Are
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
you feeling quite yourself again?
Oh, yes. Thank you for your assistance. I'm not sure what that substance was. It left me with.
Ruby weed.
Oh. Well, that would explain the eagles. Yes,
It's
it's unique dreams.
Somewhat common where I'm from.
Well, it left me with quite the amount of dreams, and now relatively well rested, but somewhat groggy. Though I think the coffee's taking care of that for the most part. Feel just about right as rain.
No after images.
After images. I look out onto the crowd. GM, what do I see?
Well, you are definitely hallucinating, because walking through this place, you see two women.
Mhm,
One of them a Dia an Nadwir, and the
mhm.
other a Dia Asanil, and they are holding hands as they walk. So that
Mm.
can't be.
I look at that as it passes. There are some after effects. I'm hoping they're not permanent, but nothing too
No lingering
upsetting.
taste.
As you make your way down this road, which you have come to overhear people refer to as the Holy Way, you
Mhm.
pass by a temple to Lorelei, goddess of one. You see the symbol of Kana, goddess of fire. Brooks, I would say you specifically recognize the temple to Messias, god of the harvest, whom was an Uruk in life.
Mhm.
You also notice some more familiar sights. Temple of the Matriarch, a temple to Selena, temple to Talia, a shrine to Flora and Fauna, and a temple, a church really, to the Red Lady. This is one of the larger temples here.
Is it one we're able to go inside then?
Yeah, they all seem to be open. They don't seem like they close.
I suppose in we go. I'm pretty able to identify her pretty quick. I think she'll stand out. She's wearing.
You
Yeah.
do not see tiefling wearing a purple dress in here. There are a number of people here worshiping, many of them elves. And there's also a number of priests and priestesses, or holy people, I should say, of different ranks, moving about, talking with people who enter. One of them approaches and bows to the two of you. Blessings of the Red Lady upon you. Welcome.
Yes, thank you. We're looking for a friend we thought might have stopped by here.
Is she a believer in the Red Lady?
Of a sort.
Yes, I would say so.
Well, then there is every bit a good chance that she would have stopped by here. What does she look like?
Tiefling woman. Purple dress, rather elegant cut she's wearing tonight. Well, normally I would tell you that her face would most likely be permanently knit into a terrifying scowl, but she may have been smiling, so
see.
either she was smiling or frowning, one of those two.
I have had a few tieflings in here today, but let's see, 3 that I can recall, but 2 of them were men. Third one certainly wasn't wearing a purple dress. She was an older woman, probably in her 70s.
No, then.
Not her.
I apologize. Then I've not seen her.
No worries.
But
I
if
appreciate the attempt.
But if she walks with the Red Lady, I am certain she is well.
Yes, I would tend to agree. I'm actually quite certain she's well, and almost even more certain that she'll be quite irritated if we find her. So.
I see. Well then, her blessings upon you. Then.
Right.
You are permitted to leave. Is there any other temples you wish to visit in the area?
I guess I'll stop by Flora and Fauna's briefly.
Theirs is less of a temple and more of a shrine. It's a spot where it is, as you're walking along the road, there are 4 inlaid stones on the ground of different colors, and then there is a small tree that grows up out of the ground, no more than 7-8 feet tall. It doesn't really blend in very well with the rest of this city, which does not have very many trees in it, but it stands out there. And carved into the bark to the trunk of this tree is a small figurine of a wolf wearing a flower crown. It is a small shrine to Flora and Fauna.
Seems to be left as offerings.
A number of things are left here. You have seen there are some things that are like gold pieces that have been left here, although not a great many of them. There are offerings of food that are here. There's also more offerings that you actually recognize, I would say, as the Order of Oak and Ash. Things like acorns, pine cones, things that will grow, things that will give life anew. Those seem to be the predominant theme of what is offered.
I pull one of the acorns off my string of holy symbols, and I look for a particularly green one.
Mm-hmm. You are able to find one that still looks alive.
Here you are.
You where do you set it? Do you set it next to the wolf, or at the base of the shrine, or?
I would set it at the base between the roots.
Perfect. You set it down and kind of nestle it into the dirt a little bit. Can't say that anything particularly happens as you do this. However, the wolf tattoo that is on you, as usual, is padding along your arm or up over your shoulders. The wolf looks pleased.
Watch over us, and whatever may have befallen our friend.
At that,
may it grow into something great.
That the wolf's tail starts thumping up and down against your flesh, and his big stupid tongue hangs out, and he looks pretty happy.
Well, any ideas, Brux?
Just standing there, arms crossed. Not particularly. did she say anywhere? What did she say she was coming here for?
She was particularly, I don't know, taken with the experiences of the place. She was, well, awash in all the flavors they had to offer, so I don't know, something related to experiencing something particularly, maybe a cultural center, or...
Where the largest crowds are, then.
I suppose that makes sense. What area looks particularly busy at 10:30 at night? What business does business late into the evening? There's nowhere that particularly is going to...
Cerberus eats those words mere moments after you step out of the holy way, as indeed this part of the city is quite busy. Late into the evening, there's a lot of celebrating.
You've never been in a city before, outside of your journeys with us, have you?
Can't say I have, if I'm honest. Maybe small villages on the edge, ruins for certain, but never anything with so many people.
It's overwhelming at first.
Why don't you two both go ahead and give me a perception check?
Aye, aye. What is my bonus? Okay. That's a 4.
I got a 23. Natural 20.
Jesus.
Very well. It takes a while as you two walk around, but you get to see a great many things. Cerberus, indeed, the after images of the ruby weed clearly are making you see strange things. People getting along that really, not that it's a problem, you just can't imagine it. It's hard to fathom for you.
This is strong stuff.
It is.
This is like, I'm too busy making sure he's okay.
It's very potent in Moon Bay. But it takes a couple hours, and then you do see her. By now it's getting very late. It is probably almost 2 a.m. by the time you see her. She steps out of a building. You would say she looks like she's in a very good mood as she steps out of this building.
That is unusual. Am I hallucinating that, or does she look like she's in a good mood?
I'll look up at the sign and everything. Same building, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
She is.
I'll look at the sign and give that little snort of laughter. No, I'd say about right.
She is making her way out of the Terracin district now.
Oh, she's heading back. Should we, I suppose, try to catch her? I wonder where the others are. Looks like they didn't see her. I feel kind of awkward going after her. I mean, she's just taking an evening stroll.
It seems to be the case.
And that I don't.
I'm not gonna disabuse him of his innocence.
What's is this one of those cultural centers? He says, pointing to the Maiden's Wish.
Of a sort.
Yeah.
How adventurous are you feeling?
Well, that's quite exciting.
How
They have, like,
adventurous are you
history?
feeling this evening?
I mean, we're out here regardless. I suppose I could go see what the place is all about. I don't... If it's...
Well, we can do so, or we can catch up and check on our friend. It is your choice.
Well, duty before, pleasure. Yeah,
Eyebrows.
Suppose go,
All
go
right.
check on her. I hope she won't be too cross. Caldana! Caldana!
She's probably a good 120 feet ahead of you right now. But
Your voice carries further in the
hold,
forest than
please.
it does here.
No.
you, st-
Okay, we're good.
you start going after her. I presume you're not being super stealthy about it.
No.
Nope. Not
she's
even a little.
She's making her way through the crowd, and as you exit out of Terracin District, you find yourself at Penumbra's Fountain. That massive 3-story fountain rises up above the tops of the buildings.
Cervera seems pleased. She took his advice to go look at the fountain again.
You did. And as she doesn't stop to look at the fountain, instead she walks up those stairs and across the path along the fountain. The water's falling on either sides of her, and you see her enter into the center of the fountain where the lift is and begin ascending upwards.
Oh,
Slow, stop.
quite beautiful.
Well,
Is there more than one lift, or do we have to wait for that lift to return?
You have to wait for it to return, but it does not take very long. It doesn't seem to be operated by a person either. It just lifts on its own. So it goes up, and you can, as you walk along this pathway, the waters, even at nighttime, it's not as bright and brilliant as it is in the evening or in the daytime, but these colors, the many colored waters do still glow these different colors, and it has quite a beautiful effect. You can see now that there are lights underneath the fountain itself at the bottom, and it reflects beautifully.
very nifty and artistic.
It is. Well, that's this city, nifty and artistic. Eventually, though, that lift comes back down and is now empty.
The magical weavings of the Nadwir. I suppose we should arise with it, see what Keldon is looking at.
Mm-hmm.
If you wish. It almost seems like she is on personal business of some sort.
Well, that's my thinking. Brux, this entire time, she clearly wants to be alone. I mean, she went to that cultural center. I think if she wanted to share it with us, she would do that. She's probably been busy reading and just resting her eyes up there. So, when your eyes are sore, it just feels wrong to bother her. She's been happy for the first time in a while, and, Cervera sighs. I just wouldn't want to spoil that again. I know that, sometimes I'm the one that sort of takes the wind out of the sails of the rest of us, so I think it would be, I don't know, maybe just good to let her have this one.
Brux seems unconvinced.
You also were the one who brought us out here.
Well, that's because Rialto just seems so damn worried about her for some reason. He's concerned, and now I don't know where Rialto is, and I don't... Keldana's been strange for a while. Is it strange to see someone happy and just before they're... Brux, before my master passed away, he was quite happy for the first time in a long time.
Oh?
I think it's because he knew that something was changing. Things wouldn't be the same. I
Change
really
can be
realize.
quite good.
I would agree, but...
Look down. I will conspicuously look at my tattoos being woven.
I just think sometimes when someone has been suffering for a long time, that joy can come from thoughts of finality. And maybe that's what I'm worried about. She just doesn't
Perhaps.
behave this way normally.
The lift does seem to be mostly silent if you wanted to go up and just look.
Maybe we'll just see what she's looking at and leave her be if everything's all good.
If nothing else, we can catch the view ourselves.
Not a bad idea. After you, madam.
You both
Thank you.
You both step on to this lift, and it begins to raise you up. And it is unlike anything you've ever experienced before. The fountain, entirely made of glass, you rise and it slowly spins you. Not fast, just very slowly spins you. And the many colored lights refract and echo through the glass on all sides, and you get this sense of being pulled through a tunnel of some kind as you rise up towards the steady night sky above. In the distance on that night sky, you can see both Ceres and Rosalind, the twin moons of this world, are out. They are high in the sky right now. And as you arrive at the top, are you trying to be stealthy?
Nope.
Not really.
It's also hard to be stealthy getting off an elevator.
I'm not yelling or anything. We're just
Right.
sort of walking off, but I wouldn't say that I'm sneaking in any way.
At the top,
Have no reason to.
Right.
At the top, there is a large circular platform that the lift rises up into the center of, and in one direction, leading north in the direction of, say, the Twilight's Rest, is a temple that it stands up here that has a symbol of Penumbra on it, the Twilight Goddess. It is not a large temple by any stretch of the imagination, probably big enough that a couple people could live in it if they needed to. It's like a house, roughly that size. On the south side of it, there is a platform that leads out over towards a view over the harbor. There are some benches there, and that is where you see Caldana. She is sitting and just looking up at the moon right now. Although, even from this distance, you can see that she is crying.
I'll go over and I will sit on the next bench over. Give her space. But am here.
Cerberus sits on the same bench as Brux, a bit of space between them. Not silently, not stealthily, just quietly, looking at the moon.
She looks over and, for a moment, seems very surprised to see you. Before nodding. She doesn't say anything for a moment, as if she's trying to feel something out in her mind, but eventually she seems satisfied. I didn't think you'd be out so late.
I asked Brux to come see the sights with me. You inspired me.
Well,
That's a lie, actually. I lied to you just now. We came looking for you. Rialta was quite worried. Rialta and Melody, they were worried. I was pretty much fine with it and thought you would probably be fine. But they were very worried, so it seemed the nightly thing to do, just make sure you were fine. But it was mostly Melody and Rialta that were worried. I wasn't worried.
I see.
Right.
You are all very good friends. She glances up into the sky again, and you see her kind of wipe her eyes. They're beautiful. Sometimes you forget.
Do you not often go out at night?
Not as much as I would like to.
There are always times we're reminded of the small beauties, miracles around us.
It's important every now and then to just stop and enjoy this world for what it is. Because you can get caught up in everything that it is not. And if that happens, one day you look in the mirror and don't like who you are anymore.
A stranger's face staring back at you.
Indeed.
Yes. There's so much light here, though. You'll, need to do yourself a favor and get out to the forest sometime. See it there.
I can only imagine from the tops of the trees of the God's Grasp.
Brilliant. Like silver in the sky. Drops of ivory.
In the desert, at night, you can see more of the sky than the land around you. Veritable ocean.
They say that Ceres and Rosalind were sisters in ancient times, long before Gala or anything like that. That they were sisters who vowed to always walk with one another. And when their spark ignited, they became neither Onredo nor gods and goddesses. They became the moons. A legend, of course.
Well, we know there's a great deal of truth in legends.
Yes?
Some of them.
Indeed. What legend is it that piques your interest?
Do you know the tale of the goddess who said she would wait forever for her lover?
Ha! I do, actually. I know that story well. Penumbra. We stand on her fountain.
Yes. It's always intrigued me.
Adia Amnadwir, left by her husband, while the dwarves on Undwar called for aid. She waited. She learned how to fish. Used to be her husband's responsibility before that, and she got good at it in his absence. And yet, when he returned, or when he was to return, very happy. She went and waited on a rock by the Sunset Village, and she waited. Her spirit companion told her that the final ship arriving from Undwar would arrive by the time the sun drifted below the horizon. And she waited and watched as one ship at a time docked, and then the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And her husband never got off those ships. And she swore, she begged that the sun never drift below the horizon until her husband returned home. And then when she ignited, she made it a reality. They say, even on the these days, even on the Twilight Coast now, the sun never sets.
Who do you think was crueler? Her husband for leaving her, or the gods for never bringing him back?
Do we begrudge one who answers duty? No.
Don't we?
I don't know.
I'd like to think not, but
do we
Deep
begrudge the
breath.
gods for their failings? If all gods and goddesses were at one time mortals, and it is mortal to fail, why are we surprised when the gods do any less? People like to think gods and goddesses and demons and dread demons and on Rado, they like to think they're all these grand, mystical, different things. They're just people. People given a gift. The only difference. Nothing is ever black and white. They are complicated. Our gift and our curse as mortals, right?
Some days it's all you can do to try and find the right path.
Especially when the right path changes.
Complicated is right.
Yes.
In one story, we have her husband leaving, and in the other, we have two sisters bound to each other forever. How are you supposed to square that circle? Who's right?
Everyone has to choose for themselves in the end.
All who can.
You think some are denied the choice?
I don't know. Could the Twilight Goddess, could Penumbra allow the sun to set if she wanted to? Could Laki stop blessing heroes if she wanted to? Could flora and fauna choose to let the forest wither and die if they desired it? Are they capable of desiring it? Are they capable of being anything but what they are?
Are any of us?
Yes.
If the gods are merely human, not so black and white. and we all live in a messy shade of gray, then maybe the question itself is the problem.
Perhaps.
Maybe the fact that we're asking if they could ignores the fact that they shouldn't, and so they don't. I don't know.
It is in the nature of people to change and the divine to not. As it has always been.
Why stop doing that which has already given you that power?
Perhaps. Perhaps there is a self-fulfilling notion to it. If Penumbra were to stop keeping the sun above the horizon, if she were to stop protecting those who go off to war, or stop giving her blessing to those who find love, would people lose faith? And when they lose faith, she will die. Maybe there is a self-sacrificing, self-serving, rather, notion to it. But that's a...
And all that presupposes that they would want to do something different.
Maybe they do change.
There has seldom been any evidence for it, but...
There was my vision.
Ah, I see.
The gods laid down and died, and brought about something new. Maybe the gods don't change like we do. They change like nations. Not a matter of one individual making the adjustment, but a grand continuum of rising and falling. Though I don't know that I have any evidence that any other gods have ever laid down their lives.
No, but it's nice to think that they have.
Frankly,
Theology
you're right.
was not my area of study.
The goddess Laki is said to have laid down her life when the time came, stepped away from this world, although most believe she still exists in some form or fashion. The dread demon Mias said to return frequently. Hard to say. I think I am tired.
Fair. Did you
Very
find what
well.
you were looking for?
He nods. I think so. There is one more thing I wish to see tonight, and then I'm going to go back and lay down.
Do you wish company, or?
No, I don't want to keep you up any later than I have. I just wish to see the sunrise.
Well, maybe, time for us to go, Brux?
Doesn't say anything, just stands, still looking out.
I do have one very unfair question, ladies, before we go.
Very well.
Yes.
Have either of you been in love before?
Thinks about that question for a long moment. Romantic love with another person?
I don't know. Whatever you think it is.
I can't say that I have.
If love is a willingness to die for someone, then yes. If love is a desire to spend your life with someone, then yes. If love is an understanding that you will always care about someone, no matter who they are or what they do, then
What's
yes.
the Phoenix look like in all this?
Phoenix has not moved since you saw it earlier. It is still sleeping in the same exact spot.
Well, thank you for sharing that with me under the moonlight here.
Of course. Best to have a lovely evening to the two of you.
What's left of it.
Indeed.
I apologize.
Don't apologize. It was quite
It was-
lovely speaking with you.
It was nice to see the sights.
Maybe we'll all do it again sometime.
I should very much like that. You two head back down the lift. Return to the inn. By now, no more music's playing in there. Everything is pretty much closed up for the evening. You're able to return to your rooms, however. Rialta and Melody, the two of you, also return for much longer. Lay down.
Melody is like, this is the latest that she has stayed up.
I'm
And she's
so
like,
adult.
I'm so adult. 1 hour later.
Though
I'm gonna stay up all night. You can't stop me.
You
Why did
can't
I want to do
stop
that?
me.
And though none of you can see it, Lestisha sits atop that fountain for a little bit, and then she heads down to the harbor. And there she watches as the sky begins to change colors. First, from that inky midnight blue, shades of purple start to appear, and finally, little bits of red and orange as the sun begins to peek up over the horizon. He nods and turns and returns to the inn. She makes it to the stairs as the first chime sounds. To the top of the stairs as the third chime sounds. She enters into the room as the fifth chime sounds. And as the sixth chime sounds, she is exactly where you stood last night, Caldana, and you blink, and suddenly there you are. Morning has arrived. You look around the room. You're not quite certain. Like, at first you think it must still just be night. You just heard the 10th chime go. Then you start to remember your conversation with the Red Lady. You remember vividly then. It felt like 100 years, what you went through. 8 hours. But it felt like eternity. And you make your way over to the window. And indeed, as you look out the window, there is a commotion. People are gathering around as the early morning starts up. And yet, you can hear whistles sounding, and you see guards hurrying over. And it's very quick that you see why. The fountain is bleeding. Blood streaking down, cascading waterfalls of it. What do you do?
How am I feeling? Like, am I as exhausted as it sounds like existing in a void would make me?
No. You don't
Oh.
feel good or bad. You don't feel anything, really. There was no emotion to be felt in there.
Hmm.
You feel empty.
Gonna mentally poke at Lestisha, I suppose.
He appears. She's in the room. She is laying down, sleeping on the bed. And she looks over, and she does look exhausted. She was up all night. And she looks over at you. Good morning.
You existed like that for 300 years?
Sometimes it's weird to think that it was only 300 years, but yes, I did. Your friends are very kind. You should count yourself lucky.
They're infuriating sometimes. Some of them most of the time, but you're right. Anything I should know to not have them suspicious about you being in my head?
He thinks about it for a moment.
Everything.
I think I might have been a little too pleasant.
Aldana just grimaces.
She shrugs. I'm the dread demon of lust and charity. What do you want from me?
Fair enough.
I'm in danger.
I don't know if I want to ask this. You didn't do that to the fountain, right?
She stands up at that, confused. The look of confusion on her face is immediate. She walks over and looks out. By now, you've come to comprehend that, based on what you saw in the void, you now understand she can't actually see it. She can't actually taste, touch, feel, or hear it. But you, having granted her a spot in your conscious mind, she can see what you're reacting to. She sees what you experience. It's like, for her, if you were to eat something delicious and then describe it to her, that's how she experiences everything. But as she looks over...
So she's like watching a shitty VHS recording of the fountain.
I mean, that's basically like what she sees now. She sees what you do, the way you would mentally picture it and how you would describe
Oh
it.
my fucking god, she has Netflix closed captions on.
I mean, basically, yeah. Only the closed captions, though.
audio.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
So she goes over and her eyes widen in horror, and she covers her mouth, and tears form in her eyes as she looks at it. I didn't do that. I didn't mean to do that.
Not to pry, but those are two different answers.
I just went up there to look at the moon. And then she looks sullen, and her eyes grow empty. But I corrupt all that I touch. And she vanishes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Everyone else
files that under things we need to talk about later, but
everyone else, you can hear the commotion starting outside, but God, is it early? Oh, it's so early. Oh, this is bullshit.
Especially as late as we were out.
No one has a long rest from the prior night except for Caldana.
Aldana even is gonna.
How does that work?
Like, do you want us to gain a point of exhaustion, or?
I don't think
that-
one
I would
long
say
rest does.
no. I think I would say make a con save.
Make a con save?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and then ironically, Caldana's gonna be the one that curls
I'm
up
fucking fine.
into a bed because she figures, it's a little suspicious if
Oh, that is an 18.
16.
Oh, let me find out here.
Oh, if it's not high enough. I hate exhaustion points.
I get.
11.
Fucking
Everyone,
11. Bullshit.
everyone passes though.
Oh,
DC
okay.
is
Yeah, but
only
that's-
10.
That's still bullshit.
So everyone, you all, none of you take a point of exhaustion.
Mm.
Tired, but
Melody
not
is a
exceptionally so.
Melody's doing great.
Melody is a morning person.
As it
Uh,
turned out,
Yeah,
she is bright and chipper.
Rialta is very concerned.
it's an
Here's the promotion, sees the
experience.
bloody fountain.
Yeah. As you all do awaken, some of you a little later in the morning than others.
Coffee.
A round of coffee is provided from
Coffee.
Michaela quickly. But there is quite the commotion going on this morning. Rumors and whispers going around that the fountain is bleeding. They have all been instructed. Everyone has been instructed, don't touch it. Stay away from it. They're concerned it might be corrupted blood. And they say, don't fucking touch. And basically the area is being sectioned off.
That's
Oh.
awful. I wonder what could have caused that.
Look around at Varys and Caldana. I'm assuming we're all down there.
Yeah,
You
I am.
are.
Yeah.
Caldana, you
Varys and
have
Caldana.
zero memories of what happened last night.
Oh, Caldana,
Everything
you're here.
seemed fine last night, didn't it?
Good morning.
It was
Did you-
fine.
Oh, you all saw the fountain last night. I mean, I
Yes.
was passing it by, but
Aldana glares at the chipper people.
Hey, it's not our fault.
No, I don't know. I turned to Caldana. When you, before you went to sleep, it was at the same old fountain, yes?
Give me
You
a
would-
sec to think of how she's going to respond to this
I
because she
say-
has no idea.
Well, you would be able to reason yes because Letitia seemed genuinely
true.
shocked when
That's
she
true.
saw it.
Yeah,
So clearly she
fair.
didn't
Yeah.
see it like that last night.
As far as I know, it wasn't.
oh, were the three of you on the fountain last night?
yes.
Well,
we
we
were
were, yes.
watching the stars.
I see.
Yes.
Hilarious. You
I
had
met a
quite
friend.
yes, you had quite the adventure last night, Caldana. How are you feeling today?
Cerberus
It's
gives
in all
Caldana a
early.
Places.
Cerberus gives Caldana a hearty slap on the back because they're buds now. Just having a good old stroll, right, Caldana? Let me see what I can
Something
do
like
about
that.
this. Cerberus is gonna march up to the fountain.
Oh, okay. So you okay?
Oh,
You guys are going to the fountain then. Okay.
I mean,
Uh,
no. He's going to the fountain. We are maintaining a very sizable legal distance from him.
a legal
Well,
distance.
Legal distance.
As
Melody
you,
still wants her
We are
fucking
not
coffee.
associated.
We
Uh,
got coffee.
Melody, you were given your latte, and indeed, it is a lot of milk and sugar in it. It tastes great.
So
Is this an iced latte or is this like a hot latte?
we didn't ask for
This-
ice.
I say this is a hot latte.
It's an
Okay.
elf espresso. We talked about this.
That's true.
She wasn't there.
um.
So as you approach this fountain,
mhm.
indeed, you can no longer see all the way through because it's no longer pouring water but blood, and it is indeed tens of thousands of gallons of blood pouring down every moment. There is a number of people who are just kind of staring in horror at what they see, and the guards are trying to shoo people away, as if to say nothing to see here, even though there's definitely something to see here. You also do see Captain Alspeth there trying to question people and trying to like figure out what the hell is going on.
Captain.
Oh,
Say jokes of we are not with him aside. Yeah, no, we'll
Oh.
also
Yeah,
go
we'll
up.
go to the- well, yeah, we'll go to the captain.
good morning.
Good morning.
Well, as good as it can be anyway.
What's going on?
What happened here?
She gives a look like the fountain's bleeding, but
Captain, where is the source of the fountain?
well, the water recycles. There is
Right.
we fill it once replace lost water once a month. But
I'm sorry, Captain. The source of the fountain at its base, where is the spigot? Where does it rise from, where every ounce of water has to pass through?
my apologies. I understand. There's a hatch. You can go down underneath it, and it's in the center.
I'd like to try something, if you'd allow me. Could I?
You may. Absolutely, you may try.
Hemlock.
You see your little dragon spirit suddenly scamper up out of the sides of your armor and onto your shoulder.
I will need to invoke your assistance on this.
Hemlock gives a little salute. The Captain Elspeth goes over to a spot right near the base of the fountain. Until she moves it, it blends in perfectly. Like you would never see it. But there is a space there that she is able to push down on and shift over to the side, and there's a little passageway that opens up. It's very small. There's just a little access port to get underneath.
Good. I'll be right back. I don't expect this to take very long. It'll either not work or it will.
Very well.
He
Meanwhile,
goes down.
as you head down, the rest of you are there with Captain Elspeth, and also there's another man there. He is a elderly individual. Sorry, one sec. Let me get my description of them. Where? Okay. Yep, he's a man in his 60s with white hair and matching eyes, signaling he is most definitely blind. He is a spiritual leader of the city, wearing robes that have the symbol of Penumbra on them. His face is a gentle one that belies the fact that he is probably often smiling and laughing. However, he looks quite serious this morning. He approaches and looks to you all, and seems to glance around. There's a young priestess who is helping him along. And Captain Elspeth looks over and says, High Priest Aranor, it's good of you to be here. She looks at the rest of you. Rialta, Caldana, Melody, Brux, this is High Priest Aranor. He is the head priest of Penumbra in this city.
Pleasure to meet you. It's confusing and terrible what's happening here.
When was it discovered? We were at the fountain X hours ago, and everything seemed normal. Yeah, I just figured whatever it was. Fill in the blank number.
The Captain Elspeth answers that. Some of the fishermen who were getting ready to set out for their morning catch said that as the sun came up high enough to catch the fountain, they were able to see the blood. The priest frowns and furrows his brow. A troubling sign, indeed.
Has this happened before?
No.
Look over at Caldana. You didn't see anything. Did you? You stayed to watch the sunrise.
Shakes her head.
Does it have a smell to it?
It smells like blood.
Okay.
Iron, coppery. It does hold a little bit of that kind of putrid scent you remember from New Alcana.
Oh, goody.
Scent of corruption. But the priest shakes his head. Oh, nothing like this has ever happened since the construction of the fountain. This is... He gives sort of an uncomfortable look over at Captain Elspeth, who shakes her head. They are guests of the Onrado. You can speak freely around them. He nods.
We are also with Lockheed's Inquisition.
That is well, then. This sort of omen, phenomena, whatever you wish to call it, can only be the sign of a dread demon, and a powerful one.
Well, that's not good.
Captain Allspeth shakes her head. Oh. Surely you don't mean to suggest that there's a fiend or something of that nature in the city? And he looks over and shakes his head. No, not a fiend. Not a minion. Not a general. This is the sort of omen that would be a dread demon.
Would there not be other signs, if such was the case?
I fear this may be the first, but I doubt it will be the last. Cerberus,
yeah,
you are able to get down underneath the fountain while they're starting to talk.
So,
and indeed, you can see the spot where this blood now, you can see it very close because the glass bottom of the fountain is just above you. Not only can you see the bottom of the glass, but here you can see the many lights of different colors that are shining up through the glass. But you're able to kind of crawl your way underneath to reach the main spigot where all this blood is flowing in before shooting back up.
So I have 2 ideas. I don't know if either of them will work. The first is I would like to ask Hemlock to do his thing where he gives me a spell.
Yep.
And I would like him to cast Purify Food and Drink on the spigot that all the water goes through.
I can tell by the look on your face you did not have a plan for this.
This is like spell magic with Melisandre.
I am genuinely looking up the spell to see like.
That's fascinating.
I need the definition of purified.
You know what definitely would
Oh,
work
it removes
is...
poisons and diseases.
Okay.
Technically, it makes it.
Yeah.
Specifically, it makes it. It is purified and rendered free of poison and disease. So I guess it does also say purified, whatever that means.
Yeah. Let's see if there's a.
It says it.
You need the L5R version of Purify Food and
purifies.
Drink.
Oh,
That would work.
I just love the. Yeah, how great is the purifying power of Purify Food and Drink? I'm glad that they made this in a language that we can all just understand.
Yeah. I mean, it's a level 1 spell because I can't ask for more from them.
Yeah.
So.
The 5-foot radius sphere.
Yep. That's why I wanted to hit
All
the
right.
spigot where all the
So,
water goes.
You start. Hemlock starts casting it.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that indeed you are able to commune with him, and he puts his little dragon hands up on the spigot and touches it, and energy flows into it. Out of curiosity, and this I may just be out of, are you a vampire?
No.
Then I would argue that this is not a drink any longer. It is. This is blood.
Okay. Fair enough.
It has become corrupted demonic blood, and indeed, it is not purified by Purify Food and Drink.
All right. Then my other option is to cast Lesser Restoration on the same thing.
Resto. Okay. Lesser Resto is you can touch a creature and end it, one disease or one condition afflicting it.
No legal target.
There's nothing to. There's no creature down here to touch.
The spell fizzles.
No, I will not make spend a spell slot.
Then let me check the rules of one other thing.
You may.
That's how we're running.
As you touch it, the wolf looks up, and the wolf suddenly hops up and gets it's up on its it's got its hackles up, and it is just growling and snarling at this blood. Wolf doesn't seem happy.
Ha!
Fair.
How about this then?
All right, lay it on me.
I'll rules lawyer this. Lay on hands.
Oh.
You can expand 5 hit points from your pool of healing to cure a target of 1 disease or neutralize 1 poison affecting it.
This is dumb. Maybe D&D spell rules are actually the worst.
It does say that to restore hit points, that is a creature. But for the removing poison or the other one, it is a target. If I target the spigot and expend 5 hit points,
specific beats
can
general.
I cure a disease and poison from it?
You may. All right. You expend
It's like
expend 5 hit points, and this massive fountain of blood is not diseased and is not poisoned.
Okay.
But it's still cursed.
But it is still corrupted blood. Yes.
Oh, I would have laughed if it was just. It's just now regular blood.
No, it
Oh
is.
gosh, yeah.
It is definitely
Yeah.
still corrupted blood, but it does not have any diseases or any poisons in it.
Yeah, you can drink it.
I
And,
don't know that I would drink it.
And I can't cast Remove Curse on yet, unfortunately. It's a 3rd level spell.
Yeah,
So,
if you have something like the Hallow spell, I might allow that for this to fix this sort of
Not-
thing.
yeah, not high enough level yet for that
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Detect magic.
Yeah, Remove Curse says it would remove all curses affecting one creature or object, but that is a 3rd level abjuration, and I have no way to cast 3rd level spells.
I know
So-
that life, the life of a
So-
paladin.
Wait. We
Okay.
might be able to do something stupid.
Excellent.
That's the best kind of thing.
What do you
Hold
got
on.
for us?
Well, I have shape water. I may not be able to like fix it, but I can maybe make it stop flowing.
Once
They
again,
probably
I'm going to say it is blood, not water at this point.
They could probably just.
But-
they
but-
could probably just. I mean, blood's mostly water, but they could
I was
probably
gonna
just.
say,
I mean,
it's
that's
a
why
liquid.
That's why bloodbending works. But I mean, it's.
Yeah, sure,
to be
bloodbending
fair, I'm
works,
pretty
but
sure
is
they
it
could
a
just
full
turn it
moon?
off.
Yeah,
if you wanted
they
to
could
stop
turn
flowing.
they could turn the fountain off if they
I
wanted
could
to.
I could
was gonna
change its
say-
color or opacity.
You
I
could
don't
do
think
that.
I just.
Clear corrupted
You
blood.
could do the ultimate thaumaturgy.
So Cerberus will climb back up, unfortunately defeated. I
Have you
lack
tried
the power to make
stabbing
any
the
change of
spigot?
significance. Well, I know that would just break it.
As you step out, the high priest nods his head politely nonetheless. I appreciate you trying. I don't believe that the cause of this is here.
What do you mean?
There is a temple to Penumbra at the top of this fountain, but it is my home and where I preach out of, but it is not what you would call a important temple to Penumbra. There is a far larger and more important temple to her, built where she is said to have waited on the rock. It's about 4 hours walk up to the Sunset Coast, or Sunset Village rather, on the Twilight Coast. I worry that something there has happened.
Well,
Look around at everybody else, yeah.
I mean, we can always if that's your intuition, then we can certainly look into it.
Should
I mean, we're also
We're-
gonna.
we were waiting a few days for something, anyways, weren't we?
You were waiting
my
a few days
letter.
for
that too.
Unredo Suki to send you to Stone's Throw.
Stone's Throw, yeah. Just gotta
That's
do
alright.
some stuff.
I'm
Well, I knew we were waiting. It was like, yeah, we certainly could.
Yo,
Well, then,
Well,
Caldana
have the-
is gonna be so confused if there's actually shit happening at that temple.
Master Ain. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
while everyone is discussing the fountain situation, Melody's actually gonna hold up one of her claws up to her ear and cast sending.
Cast sending. Okay. Who are you
Okay.
sending a message to?
I'm going to send a message to Inquisitor Sunvale.
Interesting. Okay. 25 words.
Okay. Hold on. Met your mother and sister.
Okay.
Fountain is now bloody. Going to Temple of Penumbra on Twilight Coast to investigate what happened.
Let me ask, are you casting a sending spell or using the sending stone that he gave you?
Right, he did give us a sending stone.
He gave the party a sending stone to contact him. Yep.
That's what I'm gonna do.
The
You're gonna use
first
the sending stone.
half,
You're gonna use the sending stone.
Yes, I am.
the first half of that message was really starting to be like, "Are you having a stroke?" Just getting that in, like, just imagining his side of it. Like, are you okay? Met your mom and sister. Fountain's bloody. We're going here. The fuck?
Sorry, I'm just typing out the message so I know how many words I have here.
It should be like 20.
It's 25 you get.
20. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm typing my message back.
The response.
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot to add maybe Dread Demon.
Well, that'll get his attention. Met your mom. Fountain's bloody. Going to the temple. Food here's great.
Food here's great. I ate poop.
Gross.
Ew.
I am so sorry. I'm so sorry, Sarah. Immediately.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, perfect. So you send this message out, and it is about 40 seconds later when you get a message back.
40 seconds.
Well, it's about a minute. You get a message back, but it is not Inquisitor Sunveil's voice that responds to you.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
Rialta, you are the only one in the group who recognizes the voice that responds to you. It says, "This is High Inquisitor Hawthorne. Sunveil incapacitated, sent to Stone's Throw. Investigate and neutralize any fiendish activity. Limit all spread of knowledge."
Incapacitated?
Oh no. That was the one he was talking to in Stone's Throw.
That was berating him.
Yes. He's incapacitated. Well, we'll be going to Stone's Throw soon enough to see how he fares.
That's why I had to specify if it was a sending spell or specifically that sending stone.
Well, at least we now know what this stone is actually going to.
You can get the mental answering machine.
In the meantime...
Did we all hear this, or was this just Melody?
No, it comes over the sending stone, so I think you would all hear it.
That's what I wanted to double check, because...
Oh, sorry, sure. I had assumed... Sorry.
Yeah, I think that's how it works. Or if it's not, that's how this one works.
That would be great.
Well,
DM overrules.
Hearing that, Captain Elspeth nods. Very well, then. I suppose as the leading Inquisitors here, you're actually in charge of the situation. What can I do?
I'm gonna look at rocks real quick. What was that Varys found under the dock? The red stuff?
It was hallucinogenic.
Ruby weed.
It smells like blood.
Plants from Brux the fountain. So, someone could have dumped a massive amount of hallucinogen in the fountain.
Perhaps, but it smells like blood.
That's why we keep them away from.
Oh, you're saying that's what we tell people.
Look at the captain.
Captain Elspeth
It's
nods
a good
in understanding.
story.
Indeed, ruby weed is a problematic drug in this city. I could, for a time at least, argue that the fountain has been spiked, so to say.
And due to the dangerous nature of the weed and the fact that a member of the Inquisition has already been plagued by it once, it is critical that all personnel remain as far away. Remain as far away from the fountain as possible.
Of course, we will section off the area. I will have patrols posted here.
And Your Holiness, it's imperative that your theory regarding the cause of this remain just that, a personal theory. With respect.
He nods. He looks a little uncomfortable, but he does seem to understand. I understand. I will consult with the Onredo. In the meantime, I ask that you, if you can, go to Sunset Village. There you will find Priestess Morena. She is, she is the abbot of that particular temple and the leader of the Sunset Village. It's a relatively small village compared to Moon Bay, of course. Only about 50 or 60 people live there. But you can speak to her. She will be able to tell you if anything weird or strange has happened there, and she may be able to make use of your services if so.
Good.
Very well. Then we have a next location to go.
If you're capable, you said you have maintenance. If you're capable, I would suggest shutting it down.
Captain Elspeth shifts kind of uncomfortably. It is shut down.
Oh.
Interesting.
That's a problem.
Indeed. We tried to turn it off as soon as we saw.
Then the best we can do is keep people away from it.
And figure out how we can maybe find the source of it. Whatever that needs to look like.
Cerberus claps his hands together, and he whispers to the other for you. We're going demon hunting. I can't wait.
Might it be wise for us to consult the Onredo ourselves before heading out?
Oh, do you think she has any magic swords? I could use
when Varys does the "we're going demon hunting," Caldana's smile is slightly strained.
This is a people's smile, right?
You notice, Caldana, as Cerberus says that, Lestitia kind of frowns.
Gets behind him, starts poking his head.
Well, I mean,
Caldana,
I think
you have that new magic axe, right?
She does?
Oh, you have the magic axe, right? The +1 axe?
Sword.
Sword.
Oh,
Sword, yeah.
God. Damn it.
I know we're never going to get this straight.
It's not going to happen.
It's not happening.
Well, that's fantastic,
Very
because you're going to be able to use that. You're going to be able to cut those demons in half. I mean, really get into there, really chop them up, really just take the limbs off of them. Little wings going to get. They're going to go, no, please, not back into hell for me. And they're going to weasel down into hell, where they'll be there for all damnation. There's no fucking safety. Get your little demons, grind them up in a little demon paste. That's going to be so good for you. He pats Caldana on his back. Or on her back.
The look on Melody's face is one of shock and horror.
Lestitia crosses her arms and looks away and is like, demons aren't from the hells.
Well, besides...
Caldana is like staring at her now like, you had a good time with this one.
All right, so how about, it sounds like Father's going to be talking to the Onredo, so perhaps you can let us know what she says, and
indeed.
We will head to the location. I'm sorry, can't think of the top of my head.
The Sunrise Town.
Sunrise Town. And Sunrise Coast.
The temple.
Sunrise Village, where the temple
see what we
of,
can gather there.
Umbres.
And then perhaps we can come back together.
That sounds like a good plan, says Captain Elspeth. Very well. I will ensure that no one gets close to the fountain in your absence while the father goes to speak with Onredo. And we will see you all hopefully soon.
Yes, agreed.
And so, you all head up towards the start heading to the northeast, making your way by the Temple of the Onrado, the massive structure. And indeed, as you get up more into this area, you can see that the walls of the city finally give way to a path that leads out along the beach. And as you step out into this area, there is a woman leaning against the back of the wall who looks over at you.
Demon.
Good afternoon, or good morning, sorry. As you...
Can you describe this woman?
Yes, I can.
I was gonna say, I just want to be perfectly clear because this has happened before. We all see her, right?
You all see her this time. Yes, she is a elven woman. She has medium-length silver hair, the color of the moon. It's curled perfectly over one shoulder. Her eyes are mismatched, one red and one slate gray. Her skin is a gorgeous shade of ivory, and it seems to almost reflect the light that glistens off of her. On the third finger of her left hand rests a simple silver wedding band, and she wears a fine blue dress that reveals her shoulders as she leans against the wall. Her makeup is done to utter perfection, and she carries herself in a way that suggests that she is the most powerful woman in any room that she is in.
Mrs. Silver, I presume.
She smiles pleasantly. Amara Silver. So lovely to make your acquaintance. I had hoped to catch you before you would leave. Didn't know who they would send. I'm surprised that it was some people from out of town. Usually the elves are much less trusting. Then again, being of the Inquisition and all, she winks.
Indeed.
I wondered if I might discuss something with you very quick before you leave.
Such as?
You are all heading to the Sunset Village and the Temple of Penumbra.
You sure get your information fast.
It is merely a supposition. Penumbra's fountain is bleeding. Where else would you go?
And what about
It's not bleeding.
No.
It's ruby weed.
Oh, of course. I wouldn't know the difference between ruby weed and blood.
Good.
She smiles.
I did check my notes. This was.
There is a... Well, I would like to make a deal with you all. There is an item in Penumbra's temple that I would like recovered.
Recovered?
However you wish to say it. Recovered, stolen, whatever you want.
Why would we be helping you with this?
Any number of reasons that people take quests or whatever you adventurers like to call them. I would pay you.
Did you order the death of those 3 men?
Oh, you are going to have to be far more specific.
On the pier. Just yesterday. Each of their hands was severed.
Oh, well, that would be a sign of the severed hand. Not that I would know. I don't work with them.
Give her a look.
She smiles.
Of course, Mrs. Silver.
That's why I didn't ask if the Silver Hand ordered it. I asked if you did, Mrs. Silver.
I did not ask for them to die, no. But, well, can't say that I'm sad that they are. They were quite the thorn in my side. Anyway, in the temple, there is a gem. Circular, round, an orb, really. It is called the Evening Star. I would like it brought to me. In exchange, I will pay you a sum of 3,500 gold pieces.
What is your interest in this item?
Oh, I don't have any interest in it, but my wife does.
Of course.
And what reason do we have to take a job for a associate of known criminals.
Ah, well, for most, I would think 3,500 gold pieces would be sufficient. However, I suppose there was something else you had in mind. I could be persuaded to change my offer.
Leave the town.
Oh.
If we bring you the gem, you remove all of yourself and every single one of Mrs. Silver's informants from the town. In one night.
He thinks about that for a moment.
Not to return.
I understand the idea.
Oh, well, I like to be thorough in my dealings, Mrs. Silver.
You gotta get all your fine print in order.
You see, I'm used to dealing with demons. So sometimes when negotiating with people, it becomes difficult to remember how much explanation they need. Demons are so much more reliable in their deals.
You know, it's deal. And it is almost off-putting how quickly and easily she agreed to it.
Eyebrow.
This won't hurt people, will it?
I make no guarantees about what it will or won't do. I have no idea what it does. Just know that I am to retrieve it, and that is why I am here.
That's what the front is for.
Indeed. So much easier to get to the Sunset Village when you have a base of operations in Moon Bay.
Let's see.
If you need further convincing, allow me to make it much more simple. Get me the gem, or I'll tell my wife that the new girl that she's taken such a shining to is a member of the Inquisition.
Melody kind of narrows her eyes at that.
New girl?
Oh, you don't know her?
Arms crossed, head cocked.
Oh, you don't know her?
Don't know many people.
Fair enough. Well, if you don't know her, then I'll just tell my wife who she is anyway.
Cerberus stops for a moment. Would you excuse us for just one moment, Mrs. Silver?
But of course.
Ladies.
She goes and grants you a moment of peace. She goes over back into the city for a moment.
I, know that it will cause hell to rain down on us, but my suggestion would be to cut this woman's head off here and send it back to Jesse.
We do have the tools for that.
But
you're assuming she doesn't have someone ready to.
I am assuming
make
she
her run
does.
her threats.
I am assuming she does have people. But she's put us in an awkward situation. We have no guarantee that she will even honor her word, even if we do what we must. And unfortunately, Carmen's cover is already blown. Our best bet, I think, would be to communicate with whoever we can on that sending stone and tell them that Carmen's cover is blown regardless. The only question I'm having is whether or not I see how dangerous Jesse Silver's wives really are, and how many men or women they have hiding around us, and how many heads we're going to send them. But I also know that I am a somewhat impulsive man. So before I draw my blade and enjoy making an enemy of one of the most powerful crime lords in, the continent, I want to make sure that I have the agreement of you all.
I will.
Just going to point out, I'd rather not have to be ducking a knife every time we try to go anywhere while we're dealing with the things we need to deal with.
Melody's actually not even with the discussion right now. She has immediately put a claw to her ear and is trying to cast sending with the actual spell, and and is trying to get a message to Carmen.
Oh, well, sending works. You may send a message to Carmen, 25 words.
Okay. They know who you are. Get out of there now. Please be safe. You're in grave danger. Met one of wives here in Moon Bay. Wants an item called the Evening Star. That should be 21.
While she's doing that, we'll look between Brux will look between Varys and Caldana. I'm in agreement with Sir Varys here. And looks over to Caldana. I feel we can take care of ourselves.
I don't know about the rest of you. I enjoy sleeping without my throat cut.
Rialta?
Died once already. Don't recommend it.
I feel very at a loss here. I am not usually one to promote a quick sword. I understand its convenience, but something about doing this in such a way and we don't know enough about this group feels unnerving.
Well, we can certainly leave her alive and bring her in.
That's true.
Seems very...
Sorry, I just got a raid in for 9 people. Welcome in, New York Snark Exchange. By the way, I saw earlier that Maelstrom was here as well, so thank you both for the raids. Sorry, continue.
It's just... But perhaps for right now we can play along until we've made a decision.
Severus drops his head. Very well. Are you willing to wait, Brux? We will engage in a mummer's farce until we know more.
Melody, you hear back in your head, Amara Silver is in Moon Bay. Jesse wants the star. No idea why. I'm in Mina's Grove working a job for the Hand. Be safe.
Wait.
Did you tell Carmen that her cover's blown?
Yeah, that's what it started with.
Yeah.
It said it like twice, essentially.
She didn't make any reference.
Closed out with "you're in grave danger."
She either is aware or she doesn't believe you.
This motherfucker's gonna make me burn another spell.
Or some other bullshit magic is going. I don't.
Yeah.
Can sending be interfered?
Not to my knowledge.
You would have
or
heard
like
her
intercepted.
voice.
Yeah, you heard it in her voice.
So like,
She replied, Amara Silver is in Moon Bay. Jesse wants the star. No idea why. I'm in Mina's Grove working a job for the Hand. Be safe. Yeah, so that might suggest to you that she's not near Jesse right now. So even if her cover is blown, Jesse may not know. Amara may be the only one who does. She does seem to be trying to use it to blackmail you.
Okay.
By the way, she responded. It is, and it's meant to be. Either she is responding to say that she knows that she's in danger and feels like she's got it under control, or she doesn't think that Jesse actually knows.
Well, Cerberus is going to send a message saying, "Speak plainly, woman." No, so we will, regardless, Cerberus looks, we simply ignore her threat and hope for the best?
I think we play along for now, at least. Might be in finding the star, we can find out what it does.
Or we can, I suppose, tell her we haven't decided yet.
She won't accept that. She's told us what she'll do if we don't agree with her.
That's fair. It was just another offer. I suppose the reason we're saying play along for now is because we can then make a more sound decision. But if you want to say no and then let her go, I mean, then we will have made a decision.
Well, I want her dead. I don't think it matters why she wants the stars. She's clearly not doing anything good for people. And
That's something we can follow up on later.
Yes, I don't really care why she wants it. I only know that
Not
Jesse
every
Silver...
conflict needs to end in death.
No. But some
Incline
things...
head.
Some things need to be finished there before they turn into something worse.
As said, we can always turn her in. I'm sure we would get a reward of some kind.
Perhaps. But...
for such an act.
The question is, are we doing it now or later? To be clear, Cerberus is irritated. I'm not irritated. Just want to make that clear. That's the character, not me.
Well, I am not certain. I fear that she has caught us unawares, so I do not feel comfortable with now, considering I don't know what's going to come at us.
That's fair enough.
I don't want to be the reason that something happens to Carmen.
It's a moment later when she makes her way back over, seeming tired of waiting.
Oh. Cerberus takes one last look at the group for any disagreements, to him acquiescing. And if no one raises against it, we will accept your terms. We will retrieve the stone. Where do we return it to you?
Splendid. When you have secured the stone, you may bring it back here, and there will be a ship on that dock, and she points to the nearest dock. There will be a ship there, the nearest one to the shore. You can deliver the stone there. At that time, you will be paid a sum of 3,500 gold pieces. I will start the process of removing everyone from the city. By nightfall, you will have done a personal favor for my wife. And, well, I will see no reason to ruin my wife's happy nuptials. And she bows her head politely to all of you, and then her illusion disappears as she fades from existence.
Well.
Yes, she was not afraid to come alone because she was not really there.
Clever girl.
When you said you were gonna kill her, I was like, oh please, oh that's gonna be fun.
I love that.
I will just kind of look at Varys and just grimace.
It was literally gonna be you were gonna cut and it was gonna cut like clear through her. She wouldn't even vanish at first. She would just like get cut through like a hologram. Look down and be like,
very disappointed at us. I bet.
She'd be like, well, that's disappointing, and then disappear.
It was going to be the end of episode 8 of Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly.
See you around, kid.
Well,
whatever. I'll Kylo Ren it.
So,
I suppose that was for the best then.
I suppose you were right.
She vanishes, and that is where we will wrap things up tonight as you all set off for the Sunset Village.
Yeet.